And hello, friends. Welcome to the R&R show, the pre-show. Friends, good to see everyone here. And look, it's been a while since we've been together. It's a time to celebrate. Chris, Ray, how the heck are
Time to
y'all?
celebrate.
I'm doing good. I got back from Gamma last week, so I'm still trying to play desperate catch up on all the work that comes out of Gamma and then all the stuff that happened while I was at Gamma. I'm finally, I think,
Yeah,
catching my breath a little bit, but last week was a lot of work.
it
So I'm excited to
was.
just hang out and chill and talk about board games.
Same,
What
same.
was exciting from the op at Gamma? Because I couldn't go
Oh,
to Gamma. I was doing a show. So fill me in. What did I miss?
oh my gosh, you missed a lot of stuff. We were there with the designers of both Aqua and Gnome Hollow, which was really cool, being able to like demo those at game nights and stuff. We have a lot of
Cool.
secret stuff that if you look,
Oh,
you can see pictures of, but I can't formally talk about yet, which is always the hard thing about Gamma, especially as someone who's in like the media side of stuff. There's so
yeah.
much going on, and I like can't like I can maybe in passing like show a picture of our booth, and if you want to like zoom in, you maybe can see some things that haven't been announced yet, but I can't like linger on shots of certain things. So it's always this like balancing act for me filming at Gamma because so much stuff, even other booths, I'm like trying to be very careful to not spend too long on like
Yeah,
B-roll of other booths because a lot Gamma is there to show people, if people who are watching don't know, because I had no idea the show existed until I
Mhm.
started working in board games. Gamma
mhm,
Expo is like a Gen Con or a PAX U, right? It's a convention, but instead of being consumer forward, it's for retailers and publishers. So, like, we'll be demoing at our booth just like we would at Gen Con. But instead of selling individual games to like regular people, we are taking order forms for local game stores. So if you're ever wondering like how games get in your local game store, a lot of that happens at shows, trade shows like Gamma. Well, they'll come, they'll demo it. They'll be like, yes, I want a case of whatever. I don't know. I work in sales, but that I don't work in sales, but that's what kind of happens. They go and they place orders for games, and it's also an opportunity for retailers to get a sense of what's coming out later in the year, so they can sort of allocate in their mind, like, okay, when can I expect this certain product to be on our shelves? So a lot of it is very secret. But yeah, we showed off Gnome Hollow and Aqua, which are not secret.
yeah.
And yeah, it was just a really fun show. I really enjoyed Gamma more this year than I had in the past, and I don't really know why. It's a cool show. I really like it. It's a lot more chill.
Yeah.
Everyone there like works in the industry to some capacity, so that's a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people from different corners of the industry, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And how many times have you been to Gamma now then,
This
right?
is
Because
my third time at Gamma, I think.
first with the op.
First with the op, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yet I didn't know what to expect. This was my first Gamma Expo, and I didn't know what to
Cool.
expect. And Chris, as a fellow content creator, I've been
Mhm.
telling this to all my fellow content creators. If I had to pick one show to go to, Gamma Expo would be it. Because
Oh,
the
interesting.
yeah the for me, I had the most productive meetings with publishers, and I
Mm,
think it's because of what you talked about, Ray. It's because it's not consumer forward; it's more towards retailers. You don't have this
mm-hmm.
like just massive people while you're trying to meet with publishers, which I totally
Yeah,
get. It's really like I think at Gen Con I meet with a lot of publishers there, and a lot of the meetings are the same. Like, hey, we're gonna yell at each other for 2 minutes, trying to speak above the crowd, and then
yeah,
exchange business cards, and then follow up later, which is
yeah.
fine. But at Gamma Expo, I was literally able to sit down with certain publishers, and we
Mm,
had very productive meetings, longer than 5, 10, 15 minutes, and
Right.
I thought it was outstanding. I was very, very impressed.
dang.
I had had opportunities to go in the past, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Reno as a city. In
Same.
Yeah,
I had
But it's
totally,
in
I'll be honest, I totally wrote off Gamma after
yeah,
like those first couple times. I was like, never again. There's
yep,
something very depressing about walking through a cloud of cigarette smoke
right,
to get to your meeting. That just really isn't my vibe.
yep, same,
But I'm really happy with for those of you who don't know, it's recently moved to Kentucky.
yeah,
Which I just, the venue was just nicer. I just didn't like it being in a casino in the past. So that was
agreed,
really nice.
agreed,
And from like the publisher perspective, Ruel, I think you're totally spot on with like the benefit of the show for
hmm
media, because as a publisher there are fewer people who are there from media, so like
yeah,
we have more time to give people, because at Gen Con you have everyone from like full-time media people to people who are just starting their YouTube channel, and they all want meetings with you, and it can be really hard to sift through that as a
yep,
publisher.
yeah.
At Gamma, it's just a smaller pool of media. So I get to say, or like we get to say yes to meetings that otherwise we just like might not have time for. So
Yep.
I don't know, if you're looking to get into the content creation space, it's a cool show to check out. It's evolving, which is cool to see in real time.
Agreed. And welcome, friends, everyone in chat. Thank you so much for letting us know about the audio levels and whatnot. Want to say hi to everyone in chat, and thanks to Corthane and Felpen for resubscribing. Folks, if you don't subscribe, you can do that for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Helps the channel continue, and also gets you discounts on Rahdo merch and special videos. If you subscribe, you will get a secret link to a bunch of videos that Rahdo puts together every month just for subscribers. So feel free to do that. Yes, secret. So Gamma Expo. One cool thing, it was my first time being in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, or Louisville.
I still don't know how to say it. Everyone says it different. It's so confusing.
Right?
Louisville.
That's right. One cool thing is it's the home to the Louisville Slugger baseball bat museum and factory, and I got a little mini bat. I took the little tour.
Aww,
and there's like my mini baseball bat. I'm a big baseball nerd, so that was a real treat for me to. Of course, I had to sneak out at some point to go there. Yeah. Even if you're not a baseball fan, I would recommend it. It's just a really interesting process how they, take these big trees and turn them into baseball bats, and it's, according to them, it's totally sustainable because they make bats, but they plant more trees than they take bats. So it was a really neat thing. And
whenever the bats break, they plant them back into the ground. So that
yes,
grow back into the tree,
as we know, it's magic.
Thanks to Barefoot Bug as well. Thank you for subscribing on Prime. Use that free Prime. Way to go, everybody!
Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited you got a little baseball bat there, because I know your favorite deck builder is Baseball Highlights, or that's one of them, right? That's a deck builder.
I love Baseball Highlights. Yeah.
There aren't a lot of board games coming out. Themes.
There is. It's on Kickstarter right now. It's Baseball Highlights. I forget which edition, but they're adding one new expansion to it, and they're releasing everything because a bunch of the expansions are out of print. So it might be the Ultimate Edition or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that, and with baseball season right around the corner, I'll be playing a lot of Baseball Highlights real soon here. I can't wait.
I'm just using you to do my work for me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I know I have to look into that. But it's Baseball Highlights. I'm just going to ask Ruel about it. One less campaign I need to look into.
Well played, sir. Well played. Magic Narrative says Louisville. Yeah,
I heard everyone. I swear to God, everyone I talked to said it differently, and I just stopped.
Yeah,
I started coming with creative ways to not have to say it because I was just always embarrassed, regardless of who I was with.
I think all the L's are silent. Every single L.
Over. Chris, you just wrapped your show. Is that correct?
I did.
Share a little bit. How'd that go?
It was good. It was only a 1 week run in Nova Scotia, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and so that was pretty fun. We had a really good reception of people. It was a dark and depressing story about about sad things, but everybody cried in the play. All the actors, not people. They just left. They just left sad. But yeah, no, it was good. It was a really good show. Definitely is always a lot whenever I'm doing a show and juggling content creation and juggling working for World Series of Board Gaming as well. But it's always worth it because that's what I like to do. I like performing. That's my main gig.
Nice.
So but it's even better to be here with you two. I was just counting down the days until it was done, and everyone last night at closing was like, "Chris, you need to stay in town, stay in the city." And I said, "No, I got a big day of streaming tomorrow. I'm not gonna stay. I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready to see my two favorite people."
I have a question though for you, Chris. How do you have any I don't know, tips or things that work for you to help you juggle such different parts of your life? How do you, I don't know if that's something you even can answer, but how do you make time? How do you go about scheduling all of these things that you have going on?
I would also like to know the answer to that.
Because I have to hyper focus on one thing. There's a reason why I don't do anything else outside of board games. I think I would short circuit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's nice that there's some sort of intersection in terms of like social and like people getting together socially and whatever. So it's nice that like I'm able to sometimes still play board game stuff that I have to review and like and get that in. Mainly it's just scheduling though. It's just waking up, working and going to sleep, and then just continuing that until the show's over. Is generally how it works. Neglecting all of my relationships for the sake of the perpetual grind.
Very optimistic. Thank you for that.
A true artist.
Really inspiring.
I think it's also just in terms of chipping away a little bit, trying to get ahead, like getting ahead on stuff that you have to do beforehand. So like I really worked hard so that for my week of the show and the week before the show, I had already had my video. I had already made all my videos for those weeks, right? Like I got those out in advance. I didn't have to worry about them. I had to do one or two. Okay, fine. I didn't do them all, but but in a perfect world, right? Like I got most of them done, and that was really really great because then I could just take the time and focus on the show and like make sure that I was devoting my full emotional self to that that project and like source material. But it's just all about scheduling. Really is about scheduling, and like I've found, I used to have the liberty of keeping my schedule in my head. And I think like I have a good memory, but I also think that was by virtue of not having so much stuff to do. And I'm like, I wish for the times where I could keep my schedule in my head. And now I'm like, okay, we're having one conversation. Great. It's a Google Calendar. Like, sorry, I'm sending you a Google Calendar invite, not for you to say yes to, but just like it needs to happen.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. I used to be able to, it's like something about the ADHD. I used to be able to like just hold everything in my head ambiently. And it finally, like literally this year, it hit a tipping point of like, I'm forgetting actually very important things. And I finally invested in building out a whole Notion for myself. And so far it's going well, but like,
so you
Notion is my
interesting. Someone had introduced that to me last year. And I took a look at it. I was like, okay, this looks interesting, and then never went back to it. Because I'm more of a Google Calendar. I'm actually a Google Calendar guy with a erasable wall calendar that I have, and then also scraps and Post-it notes and stuff all over the house. That I need to find a system. So Notion works for you, Ray?
Notion works for me. What I like about it, not that this is going to turn into a Notion ad, but like I really like that you can make a schedule and also have notes all in the same place. I am also someone who will like forget where things live. So if I have even if it's literally Google Calendar and Google Docs, the fact that those are two separate applications, there will be no synergy between those two things. And in Notion, I can have my schedule and like things can pop out. There's lots of nesting in Notion, which I like. I need to be able to have like a full train of consciousness that just burrows through everything that I need, and it can hit the calendar and it can hit the notes. Yeah. And that can happen in Notion, which I like. But I struggle with any sort of like note keeping system again.
So do
ADHD. I struggle with it really hard, but that's finally been something that's been working for me lately, which is good.
That's good to hear. Because like one of the projects I work on, they use ClickUp. So I've been using ClickUp, and that's a project management software, which works great.
Trello,
Trello's another one, and I'm trying to figure out which one's best for me, and I haven't found it yet. I literally last year I tried to do Rocketbook, like a Rocketbook where it's the erasable calendar notebook. So it uses ink, but then you can erase the ink, and then you can take a photo of it and upload it to the cloud, and it integrates with everything.
Oh, I have heard of this.
Yeah.
That part sounds familiar. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, in theory, it was awesome. And then in reality, it was just me in the Rocketbook putting Post-it notes on stuff and then moving them around. It's like, what am I doing? Like, why did I buy this expensive thing? But one day I'll figure it out and get organized, hopefully. Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, the real benefit for me of getting organized was that like I had a little bit of free time, and I was like, great, now stuff it with board games. So I got to play a decent amount of games in between like shows.
Nice.
I had a 4-show weekend, but in between those, I was like, great. Running over to a friend's house, we're playing 4 games of Assassin's Creed.
Ooh.
And the other day I was like, just banging out a couple of games, one of which is going to be on my list for the spring games.
All right, yeah.
It was top of mind. I was like, this is a fun game.
Very
Has to deal with spring being sprung. So
nice.
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome.
Forest of Glass says, big fan of the mounted pane of glass and dry erase markers in real life. Too much screen time makes online product. Yeah, and that's Forest of Glass. I'm glad you brought that up because I was just pricing those out. I was thinking maybe I should put one in the studio here where I just have that big pane of glass and just can dry mark and stuff. But
we used to do that at Resin. We had we did whiteboard like wallpaper on all the walls, so it would be that we like had this one little office space and
nice.
there would be like game ideas like all over the walls and
Love
stuff. Yeah, no, I always want to be. I get fed such like aesthetic, like organized girl content on like all of my social media, and they all have these beautiful, cute little planners. And I have a graveyard of like dead little planners. And I've discovered that if I have to physically in real life write something, that is enough work for me to just not do it. So I have to, I have to have an electronic way to do it, just because I'm a much faster typer than I am like physically writing. But I so wish I could. I want to have like a physical like book to keep all my stuff, or like physically like on a whiteboard or something, but I can't do it. I just have to be a little typing gremlin instead, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Hey, this has been a great look at project management and organization, folks, but we're here to do more than that today. We're going to be talking about our top 12 spring games, and that we'll have Richard join us via video for that, but we've got something really fun planned for the first half of the intro show. So normally we'd have a guest.
Speaking of whiteboards.
Yeah, speaking of whiteboards. Oh, perfect segue.
It was all planned.
I love it.
We were building to this moment.
We were. This is totally planned. And so we want to try something new and different. Thanks to Ray for this awesome idea. We're going to be playing a game called Gartic. Is it Gartic Phone? Is that the...
It's Gartic Phone is the original game, and then this is Gartic Show. It's like a spin-off. Okay. By the same people. It's not related at all. It's just by the same people.
Okay. Let's move on over there, folks. What we're going to do is...
Sure.
Yeah, there it is. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Ray, you are the expert. So I would ask you to fill us in on what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'll take it away. First of all, hi, Rinvent Mage. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. I see Chicken's already very excited for Gartic Show because they know what's about to happen.
Yes.
Euro Gamer Girl, welcome on in. This is going to be a very chat interactive game, so if you're lurking, get out of lurkdom and get ready to participate. This is Gartic Show. It's basically a drawing guessing game that I have adapted for board games. Welcome on in, Omar. It's good to see you. And Dr. Prof, welcome on in as well. Happy Monday. So this is a drawing game where Ruel and I are going to be drawing board game covers, and you all in chat are going to be trying to guess, and so is Chris, and the two of you can kind of be pitted against each other. Chris and chat are going to be trying to guess what the board game cover is. We have 90 seconds to draw it. We are drawing it with a mouse on a computer, so it's going to be really bad. And you'll be able to guess directly in chat, and because of the way Gartic Show works, the first person who types it in correctly will automatically win, and there'll be a little scoreboard where we can keep track of who does the best. Couple disclaimers. You gotta spell it correctly because it will only automatically pick up the correct spelling. I'm gonna try my best to pick games that don't have like colon something or whatever, like really long names, but in general, I will be writing down like the most commonly used names. So if I were to do Through the Ages, the answer is going to be Through the Ages, not Through the Ages, a new story of civilization. I trust you all to pick it up.
Because we want this game to finish, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I missed. I missed. I would like to invite chat to go back into Lurkerdom, because it's you versus me. Okay, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I said it's too nice around here with Ray and Ruel, and it's time to get mean.
Yes.
And I said, give me something where I can fight everyone in chat. And Ray happily provided.
That's what we're doing.
Awesome.
Imaginary, welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. And Barefoot, hello as well. So that's what we're going to be doing. So get ready to type your answers into chat. Ruel and I are going to be taking turns. I'm going to be picking the games that we're going to be drawing. I can go first if you want, Ruel, or you can go first if you want to jump straight into the fire.
And that's a good point, Goblin. Goblin says the lag will make this interesting. Well, since I'm a fair gentleman, I'm watching with the lag on. I'm going to be watching in my comments now.
Look at
I
that.
might, if you say words, I'll respond to it. But I'm going to be shouting things out, and I know I have to type it. but I'm probably not going to type it, so I know I'll probably lose. But that doesn't matter.
Nice.
Because I'm going to keep my own tally. Okay, the game's not the boss of me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So Ray, throw me in the fire. I will draw.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm totally
Okay,
not sure, but
so
yeah, I'm going to
What I'm going to tell you, bottom left is going to be where your drawing tools are. You're going to see, like, you're going to be able to change your color. You're going to be able to draw little shapes. And you're going to have 90 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and...
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
What do I want to start? What do I want to start Ruel with?
Something very hard.
Something, just something that's just all gray.
Chris is
just
evil.
Brass Birmingham or something.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I've donned my evil Chris.
Oh my
persona for this game.
All right, Ruel, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, oops, that's wrong. Let me restart that. Yes. Let me do not system words, custom words. That's what we want.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So you're gonna see your word in the bottom left, Ruel, and then it's gonna start your timer.
So does he see it right now? Is he seeing it?
See it in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
can't wait. Oh,
okay.
There's the 3, 2, 1. All right,
I've...
there's the 3, 2, 1 for my leggies.
Your leg.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Okay.
A jackal. Is it a jackal? A jackal. Is it a jackal?
This is terrible.
Type it in. Jackal. Is it a jackal?
Oh,
this is amazing.
This is so bad.
I know what this is.
Spirit Island. People are saying.
Is this the cover?
I don't know. I think so.
Is this Catan?
Oh my gosh.
Well done. Well done.
No way.
What edition of Catan?
Was it?
I don't think that's the cover. I really don't think that's the cover.
It really just has got.
Where's my copy of Catan? There's got to be one copy that has those things on it, right?
No. Hold on.
Oh, Ray's gonna totally check. I love that you got it, Chris. That is amazing.
I really tried to softball you here.
Yeah, I mean, look how terrible that drawing is.
Now, chat, you should be able to see to have heard where the lag was.
What about on the back cover? Am I thinking the back cover? Yeah, see? That's what I was thinking of.
You might be.
You might be thinking of the board. I think you're thinking of the board.
Yeah, obviously, you can tell by the sheep and the brick or lumber that I put there.
Good game. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'll toss it over to myself.
Okay.
Okay. I know what I want to do. We're gonna do.
All right.
Okay. So Ray is drawing now.
This is gonna be the most beautiful work of art I've ever seen. No, covers are more fun. Eurogame.
I agree
because they are harder. We were talking about this before chat. 3, 2, 1. This is where I can see, just so chat can know where my leg is. I played this a lot
back when I used to work for Czech Games Edition, and trust me, it's too easy if you don't do covers.
Wow,
this is hard though. No,
it's a box. There's definitely a box. And that's it. It's just a box so far.
Hold on, we're
Goblins got.
I'm behind you. I'm behind you. And now there's a green circle. And now there's a blue circle.
Oh, okay. So I know what Ray's drawing. This is brilliant.
Is it some sort of? Do you? Oh, well, you can guess too, then, Ruel.
No, because I know the answer, so I can't.
Ruel can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, on my end, I can see it.
Okay. What is this?
Oh, these are great answers in chat.
On tour, people are saying Lost Roads of Arnak. I don't think this is a game. I think this is.
It's also like it's kind of like this. It's like no.
Oh, Dwarf Romantic? Did they? I
feel like.
There it is. Oh, barefoot got it. Yeah, I was just about to get it.
It's like a bubble on a leaf, and then there's animals on top of it. It seemed way simpler in my head, and then when I'm trying to draw the little guys,
that was really good.
I think that was
brilliant,
pretty.
Ray.
Yeah, there's an elephant. Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah, there's an elephant. It's more green than blue. But yeah, they're on leaves. I think if I had drawn those as leaves and not as like a weird circle, it might have been easier.
Barefoot.
Thank you, Lorelai.
Yeah, I like the big animals.
Give it away.
Yeah.
I still didn't know it was a giraffe until you said that. I was for sure it was a dinosaur.
Yellow and it has a long neck, Chris.
I thought it was a brontosaurus.
Did you not learn your animals? What are you talking about? The yellow long neck. What are you talking about?
Yeah, a yellow brontosaurus.
Oh boy. All right. Okay, Ruel, let me get your next one.
Okay, yeah.
I agree, Lorelai. Lorelai says, I think you should finish it and submit it as an alternate cover for the next printing. Majestic.
The third printing.
Can I be on the BGG artist series that they do? And you can buy really
100%.
nice prints of my Gartic show drawing.
Now, Goblin says the cover has an elephant. That was an elephant, right? You drew the elephant.
That was an elephant, the gray one.
That's
with
totally
the
what I
legs.
thought was, yeah. But of course, I knew the answer.
The gray one with the legs. Of course.
The yellow one with the neck and the gray one with the legs.
Yeah, the feature that elephants are known for, their legs.
All right. Ruel, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready. Let's see if I can remember a cover this time.
Yeah, if you want to have BGG pulled up on the side just so you can quickly double check.
Why don't I do that?
Cover.
Hold on, just give me a second here. BGG.
I like, if you can do it from memory, do it from memory, but if you genuinely have no clue what the cover looks like, you can do a quick little...
Yeah,
I should probably check because I literally thought Catan had the X's on the cover.
That's not even the 4th edition.
I know.
That made my day, Ruel. That was awesome.
You're right. I don't think Ruel gets to look whatsoever. I think Ruel.
Yeah,
I don't think Ruel can double check.
This will be way more entertaining. Okay.
All right, Ruel, are you ready?
I am ready.
There you go.
Okay, I'm waiting for my leg to catch up. 3.
I'm doing this from memory.
1.
Yay.
Okay.
And remember, you can change the color of your pen. That might help.
I heard laughter.
Just throwing it out there.
As it came with.
Oh wow. Oh.
Okay.
That's so good.
Go splits.
That's so good.
Thanks, Ray.
You're killing it.
What is this?
You're killing it. You're killing it.
Is this I'm gonna put it in. I'm putting
Type
it in.
Now.
Get it.
I'm gonna give a 3 seconds to the chat just so they know I'm not lagging. 3, 2, 1, boom. Did I
Yeah! Look at that!
Cheshire Cat, baby.
Nice, Chris.
Right. Well done. Chris still is the one to beat now with 53 points.
Wow.
Well, look at that. It's a big
I thought I only had 2.
I need my own artist series as well. I want the Ruel series of art. Like, that's obviously Gwendolyn's War.
Yeah, no, you killed that. That was beautiful. That was
Thank
perfect. You. What do I want to draw here? We got so many options. Let's do.
I could totally see us playing this, and all of a sudden, oh, by the way, it's 2:00. Show's over.
Well, I want to poll chat right now because I don't want people to think that I'm cheating because I have lag. Like, I am just watching it live personally as well.
If you're just watching it on Twitch, then I
am watching it on Twitch.
Yeah.
These types of games will always suffer from the fact that some people's lag is worse than other, but it's just for fun. It's just for fun.
It's funsies.
All right. Ready?
I like to get hyper competitive until I'm winning, and then I'm like, okay, well then the bit isn't funny anymore. 3, 2, 1.
I will say I have a little lag with my drawing. Like, my pen moves really slowly, which is fun.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Eat it. Okay, it's a box. What is this? I think Ruel and I might be much more synced in.
Oh,
who got it?
Who got that? That was so fast.
I didn't even get to draw my little ladies in the front.
Yeah,
this
I was waiting.
Like the Victorian people in the front with their little fans and their little top
That was the
hats.
next thing you're going to draw, right? Faces. Oh my
trade.
gosh. Well done.
Barefoot
people in the front.
Barefoot
Forest of Glass, Lorelei, Masmo, John Tripp, Corthane, all came in right after the other.
You know what? That's actually a huge compliment because for a hot second, I really didn't think it looked like a train. So I was trying to say.
I thought it was a submarine.
I'm not going to say what I thought it was.
All right. Ruel, are you ready for your next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ruel's up. I'm gonna get it. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge you, Ruel.
Oh no! Let me get BGG up just in case.
To use some colors.
No BGG.
In your drawing.
I have faith in your memory, Ruel.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
That Cheshire Cat was so good.
That Cheshire Cat was really good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
3, 2, 1. leg.
TTR has never looked better. Thank you so much, Lorelai.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, Ray.
Okay, so it's a box. It's got red on it. A red in the corner. Okay, and then orange. Every time I see somebody make a guess, I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. It's
yeah,
be
the
it.
totally Gloomhaven. Spitting image of Gloomhaven.
What is this called?
You know it, Chris. You know
is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, Ruel,
Jeremiah was close.
We're right here, Chris.
Can we compete in this
for money? Yeah, we need to. Yeah. Well done, Chris.
It's fun, right? I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, I totally freaked out I was like, how am I going to do this? But yeah, the colors.
I want to push your artistic limits, Ruel. I'd only seen you using the black pen. I needed you to really break it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
It's a good choice. A good choice there, Ray. Good choice.
I got my next one. Am I spelling this right? No.
I almost forgot what it was called. I think I put it on a list that we've done together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah.
For sure. I definitely added it to a list. And I was like, I don't know what this game is called.
All right.
Now Ray's doing this one. No chance. I got no chance. Back to barefoot. Barefoot block. You got it. Just type in whatever you think, and it's going to be that. 3, 2, 1, draw.
Oh my gosh! Okay. I see what Ray has to draw. Good luck, folks.
It's a box.
Chris really coming in with that.
Folks, Ray is really good at this. That's all I'm going to say. You're so good at this.
I already know what it is. I swear I know what it is. I swear I know what it is. I'm going to give a few seconds.
Oh! Force of...
I didn't even draw my bad moose.
Wow!
Guys, you
I thought it was Cascadia.
You deprived yourselves of me drawing a moose, and I
really did think it was Cascadia.
Well done.
Well done.
Look at that.
That was really good. That was really good.
Ray, you're so good at this.
You, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
You are the best drawer I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god! Thank you so much. What gave it away for you that this was Cascadia? Was it the mountains, the blue box,
the mountains, right?
No, it was the mountains. It wasn't even the blue box. I don't pay attention to the color of box, but now I know that's a clue, so that's good.
Don't pay attention to cover of box.
No, the color, the color.
There was a notorious game of this back on the CGE channel where I drew a big orange rectangle and it was immediately Gloomhaven. It was crazy how quickly someone just like, that's Gloomhaven. There's no other game that's like that shape and that is orange. All right, Ruel, do I have permission to give you a hard one?
Oh yeah. Let's do it. All right, Chris, we got this.
All right. That was my one going easy on chat. I feel like I was close on it, but I don't know. I don't know if I typed it in.
All right, Ruel.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. Okay. Here. Oh no! Wait.
You owe us a moose, right?
3, 2, 1. Leg.
Okay. Box cover.
All right. So.
Yum Yum Island.
How am I gonna do this? Oh.
So it's a box. Chicken immediately guessing Yum Yum Island. Really good guess.
Oh, nice guess.
You're off to a good start, Ruel. I'm already impressed.
Thanks.
Oh man. Oh no. I need to.
I've not seen this cover in years. I'm just totally
It's not Gloomhaven.
Did I get it?
No way! Are you kidding me?
Did I get it? Did I get it?
Oh,
yes!
What a sniper!
Yes!
Oh my god! Look at that!
Yes!
You and me, baby!
You
and me!
We need to make this into a game for the World Series of Board Gaming and win $10,000. Come on!
Let's go! Let's go!
Please! Oh my gosh, Chris! That was amazing. With my horrible drawing. Oh my! This is awesome.
Honestly, I just felt the anguish of the spirits from that beautiful.
That's what I was trying to channel in my drawing. Yes.
That was
insane.
This is me. I'm taking it away.
Okay, really? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I made that box really skinny.
That is true, Lorelai.
It's not that skinny.
Okay,
it's
so it's.
I really care about the relative size of the box.
No, it's gone.
It's actually a good clue.
And it's a box.
Oh, nice, Ray.
Oh, Barrage was a good guess. I thought it was Barrage too by that box.
Ah.
Especially with the stuff coming up. Okay. Oh, I feel like people have already gotten this in the chat.
Oh,
I don't think I can.
People got it, but it's
there's an article at the beginning.
There it is.
Sorry.
There it is.
A
Feast for Odin. Yeah.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Even after my whole spiel about doing the title everyone calls it, I don't know why.
Yeah, John Tripp. John Tripp, you got it.
Well done, John.
I'm so sorry. That's my bad, Chad. I should have just done Feast for Odin.
Yeah, I love the goblet. That's perfect, right? That's so
well,
perfect.
I got to draw longer, so...
Yeah. honorary shout out to Corthane. Got Feast for Odin first.
Yes.
Yeah, by the time Masmo said Feast for Odin, I was like, I agree. But,
I agree. You guys like my little drinking horn? Look at that.
Yeah, really good.
Those guys look so excited for their feast.
Yes.
They're pumped. Look at them.
So
all right.
great.
Well, how many... This is... Okay, let me do... All right, Ruel.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep streaming.
Here we go, Chris.
This is going to be a speed competition for chat. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready. 3, 2, 1. And then again, 3, 2, 1 again.
Okay. Oh.
Forget that the game counts down as well.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Lag.
Lag.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody knows. Everybody knows I'm an honest boy.
Oh boy. Oh, Ruel, where's that going?
What is it? How dare you?
Chicken free cage, you're the best.
Just because it was blue? That's awesome.
How dare you, chicken? I'm so mad.
That is obviously Wingspan, folks. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you see the beak. I see the beak.
Yeah, and there was going to be the big wing on the cover.
Wow.
And of course, it was chicken free cage. Well done, chicken free cage.
Chicken said, ha ha ha, I know you, Ray. All caps.
Chicken does know me. Chicken does.
Well done.
Nice.
Well done, chicken.
Let me do... Let's see. What do I want to do next?
Ruel, you're very good at this, though. Ruel, you know what to draw.
Thanks.
Oh, the Spirit Island was so good.
That's still, oh my gosh. I hope someone clips that. I loved the Spirit Island. The fact that you guessed that so quickly, I was like, oh my gosh.
That was really good. Okay, and I'm gonna remind everyone that this is just the name it's most commonly called. No colons, no extra nonsense.
Okay, so we know that there's colons in here.
Okay,
so it's the crew.
That you might need that because this might be really bad.
I'm just throwing in the crew as soon as it goes 3, 2, 1. I'm going 3, 2, 1. I'm throwing caution to the crew. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Okay, it's a box.
It's like this way, right?
I forgot what's on this. Oh, okay, yeah. No, now I know. Okay.
Okay, green line. No, a green tooth. A green Metapod. Yeah, it is Metapod, isn't it?
Metapod the game. What the? Billy Pratt?
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Some people are...
And John Tripp right behind.
I was gonna try to draw it's got like the lines on it and stuff. I didn't even get to that part.
Wow.
Everyone go look up the cover of Heat Pedal to the Metal. It looks nothing like what I do.
Well, I think your hint, we were all trying to think about stuff that had colons in it.
Did I give it away?
Okay.
I didn't want people sitting there wasting time going Heat Pedal to the Metal.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Also, hi, Foglight.
Really
welcome in. I love you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Billy Pratt said the angle of the card did it for them. Wow.
Yeah, the angle was really good, though.
That little Dutch angle, I really tried with that. Thank you for noticing. I was very proud of myself. What can I give you? Okay. Ruel.
Okay. Come on, Chris. Time to redeem ourselves.
All right. Okay, let's go. Let's go, baby.
Chicken free cage comes up with it again.
Yeah, get out of here, chicken. 3, 2,
wow. What is on this cover?
Leg.
Oh, yeah,
Very iconic cover. You
That's
either know it or you don't, though.
Yeah, okay.
So feel free to look it up.
Okay, I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to go by memory. Yeah, this is exactly like the cover.
Oh, you're that's exactly what I would have done.
Oh no. I didn't get it. Oh!
Did he get it? Oh, chicken's in
Who got it? Let's go, chicken! Let's go!
Chicken! Virtual high fives, friend.
I need everyone to know that Chicken is one of my mods over on Ray's Retros. Chicken doesn't play board games. Chicken has just has modded for me long enough that they've heard me talk about board games enough. Chicken does not play board games, like a little bit, but not like a lot. And I love that Chicken is on this. It literally makes my life, it makes me so happy.
Chicken saying, "Don't roast me." Well, we know you love Fog of Love too. That's how I got it. It's because I knew.
True.
Oh, yep. Ray loves Fog of Love, the red and the blue was so good, Ruel.
Thanks.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, I got mine locked and loaded.
Okay, let's see it.
I'm gonna push myself here. Chicken, I will roast you. I'll do whatever I want. This is my stream now, baby.
Lorelai says, I still think it was Rock'em Sock'em. I agree, Lorelai.
That's a great. No, now I'm laughing. I messed up my circle. Oh shoot.
All right, so it's a box.
Wow. This is a tough one. So I had no idea what was on the cover. I had to go cheat on BGG, and yeah, Ray is really pushing.
I'm gonna try this. No,
I have a feeling Chris knows it.
No.
No?
Oh my god.
John,
let's go! Does it even have a bear on it? I feel like it has a bear,
it does.
Right?
Yeah.
It does have a bear.
I've never played Honey Buzz. I need to play it.
Same.
One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Renee really wants to
Honey
play
Buzz is so good. Man, I haven't had an excuse to talk about it on this channel yet, but yeah, Honey Buzz rules. Well done, John.
Yeah, that was a tough one, Ray. I'm looking at the cover now.
It literally just looks like tough. Bear with like a loaf of bread. It was gonna be a bee. But the circle and the square, that was what I was thinking, because it has that was my hope, is that someone would pick up on that, because it's a square box, but it's got like the art is just in a circle, which I think is kind of iconic and you don't see very often.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Foglight. I tried my best.
Nice, Foglight. All right.
I know it was the bears that haunted me.
All right, Ruel, I'm gonna ruin your day.
Oh no. Here we go, folks.
Okay, come on, baby. We got this.
We got this.
Chat, you don't say anything. You wait until I say it. 3, 2,
I'm gonna ruin your day.
1.
Ray just ruined my day, folks. Is this? I don't know what's on the cover. I'm gonna guess at what's on the cover.
Well, if you really don't know what's on the cover, then you can look it up.
I'll tell you that's not what's on the cover.
That's not what's on the cover. Oh no.
Pandemic's a hilarious answer though, Lorelai. Yeah! So Wavelength has got this really intricate cover that's like these two faces with like colors looking at each other.
Oh,
Pandemic's I need to look it up.
Bodie Belly. Well done.
Yeah, go look up the covers so you can see why I was being mean to you.
Wavelength. Oh, yeah, that's not even close to what I drew.
No, it's just got like a lot of color, and it's like a lot.
Oh, it's almost like two profiles of people.
It's two faces, but that are like
kind
of trippy and.
Wow.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, baby.
Okay, Sailnet, thanks for the resub. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks, Scott.
All right.
Yeah, that one was hard.
I gotta lock it in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The streamer is choosing a word. 3, 2.
Oh, this is tough.
1. Leg.
Good luck on this one, folks.
Okay, so it's a box.
You're halfway there, Chris.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm guessing it's Ray's. I'm not going to get it.
Ray is so good at this, folks.
No,
of course I can see
the
answer.
You're bad at this, Ray.
Yeah.
I'm saying, wow. I have no idea. This is quite good, though. I'm like really impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh,
no one's gotten it yet. Okay.
What
is this? Who are you?
Okay.
What do you need?
Oh, someone got it.
My little mouse. Yeah,
there it is.
It's Root. Duh.
Root.
Oh
yeah,
no!
Pretend
Too many
like
angles.
It was a good drawing, Chris. Now's the time to.
If I was going to pretend, I would pretend here, but too many angles.
The vagabond in the front, Chris. What the heck?
Root's all circles. It's all curves.
Yeah, because I was trying to get the impression. It was impressionistic.
Where's that? Where's the pointy ear? Where's a pointy ear in Root?
All right. Listen, you look at the cover of Root. There's a river, then there's trees, and then there's a bigger tree.
Okay, I am gonna look at the cover of Root right now.
Yeah. Okay.
At the top there, Ray, was that gonna be a bird at the top? I don't know if that was.
No, it's gonna be the mouse.
Oh, that's the mouse. Okay.
It's gonna be the woodland alliance up there.
I love that Goblin's guest said either Isle of Cats or something with Satan. Yes, that one right there.
Yeah, the colors are quite nice.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that's a river. I think it's a path. Is it a river? No, because I think it's a path.
Is it?
It's a river.
But it's blue. I guess it is a river.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a river. Yeah.
What's the cat doing standing in the river? It's not the river.
Listen, that's not my problem. I didn't draw the cover.
That's fair. No, it's quite good. It's really good, and that's just from memory.
No, I had that up on BGG.
Okay. Because same with the colors and everything. Come on now.
I had that up on BGG.
I was here being so impressed by the literal perfect detail of the curve of the tree.
No, that
I was like when I looked, I was like, wow. I can't believe Ray's brain works this way. Perfectly captured these images.
And that's where you're wrong, Chris, thinking that my brain works. That's where you're wrong. That's what they'll get you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. Ruel?
Yeah, bring it.
You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
And we have... this is the last one.
Oh, okay, perfect timing.
We can play, another one if you want, a short one. But this is the last for the 15 rounds that are in this game. This is for all the marbles.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right, Chris.
I need marbles.
It's serious business. There's marbles on the line.
Okay, I'm not going easy this time.
Okay.
Don't go easy. Don't give it to them.
I've only been going easy once. Come on, baby. Marble madness. Yum yum marbles. Yeah, that's true. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Ray has gone full on hard mode on this one. This is. Do I even know what's on it?
Okay.
Yeah, people are just throwing down guesses because they trying chickens what games?
Every game Ray's ever talked about.
I don't know if this
you're killing it. You're killing
Am I? Okay.
Yeah. This is an iconic cover, and I think you're doing it.
Oh my gosh. Did someone get it?
Woo!
Oh, Belly! Wow!
Oh, he was just ahead of me. Nice.
Oh, Ven was a great guess, John Tripp. I appreciate that guess.
I have not played Terra Mystica in years.
God.
In years.
God, that hurts so much, Bodie Belly. I had it.
Wow.
It's got the circles and the ooh.
And
I was gonna type that as soon as you started as a
it's
joke.
so good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm looking at it now in BGG. In my memory, I had a totally different picture in my mind. I just remember the circles. That's it.
No, that was great.
Wow.
Chris, you are our official winner with 208 points, followed pretty closely by Chicken with 130.
I got points?
You
no
did.
way.
Yeah.
Well,
you got 3 right, and you get extra points depending on how quickly you get them. So it's you get points for winning, and then you get points for
I thought Bodie Belly had it for sure.
Yeah, Bodie Belly had 126, gave Chicken a very close run for their money, then Forest of Glass, then John Tripp, then Barefoot Bug Fall from Grace. Barefoot was getting every single one I had.
Barefoot was killing it at first,
Billy Pratt had 62. So, well done, everybody.
Well done, everyone.
Everybody
GG's.
Wow. Bodie Belly joined late. Yeah, that makes sense. You would have wrecked me.
Yeah.
That was fun. Oh my gosh, Ray. Thank you for setting that up. That was amazing.
Of course.
I'm not going to lie. I feel really good about myself with my horrible drawing skills. Y'all were just excellent guessers.
It's once you know that it once you're thinking of iconic covers already, I'm not going to throw, I'm not going to give you Brass Birmingham, right? Something that's all gray. I'm going to give you something that has color in it.
Yeah.
Once you start thinking of that, it does get easier. Once you see those circles, I'm shocked that it was so quickly, but yeah, Terra Mystica is an iconic cover with prominent colored circles on the front, and Honey Buzz has got the circle within the square and stuff. So it's so fascinating how little you have to do when we all have a shared knowledge bank to go from. It's wild how little you have to do to get people to guess it. So I just want to say thank you so much, chat, for participating in this. This is only fun if you guys like really go in on it. So thank you guys for playing along with us. This was my fun way to do something else during the pre-show, since we don't have a guest today. We don't have anyone to interrogate.
I think we're doing this every pre-show.
That's what I'm saying. I love this. This is great.
It doesn't matter. We're playing this.
Yeah.
Done.
Like, I want to see.
We'll move through the Jackbox games. We're doing this every time.
And I want to see next time.
Every time we're hanging out.
Chris has got to draw next time. I want to see if we're on the same wavelength as far as.
We'll set you up next time, Chris, so that you.
Yeah, I'll get my mouse going because my mouse was dead.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it on the
All
trackpad.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I'm all like jazzed up now, though. I gotta like.
Now it's like
so wired during that. I need to like. We all need to like take a moment before we actually do the show, because I'm gonna just speak gibberish.
Yeah. Well, while we take a break, why don't we send everyone into a battle royale? Everyone here who has an avatar, y'all are gonna duke it out as we take our breaths. I'm gonna type in battle royale, and the winner is gonna get some extra points to level up their little characters' avatars down there. So good luck, everybody. And,
I don't know. Bodie Billy's saying, do they stop the Amazon Prime sub option? I think you still get it.
Really?
I'm not sure why that wouldn't be working for Bodie Billy. Bodie Billy says they only sub via Prime, but
interesting.
Yeah, we'll look into it and we'll let you know next week.
And Ruel, while we're doing battle royale, would it be okay if I just ran to the bathroom?
Yeah, good. Yeah, this is the time to do it. Thank you.
That's a likely story. We're going to see Ray leave the frame, and we're going to see her appear in the battle royale as like a little surprise addition. I know a Mrs. Doubtfire when I see one.
Little Ray with a bat
for sure. Little Ray's better check your bat there, Ruel. Yeah. See what's been taken into the battle, because for sure that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so there we go. We've got Barefoot Bug, Bing, Tempto Town, Billy Pratt, Andre, duking it out. Or it's Andrew Scott. Oh, Andrew Scott better not win, folks. Someone get him. Bing,
someone get him.
Tempto Town.
He wins so much.
Okay, he's out.
And all he does is talk about volume.
Thanks, Eurogamer Girl. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good day at work. And the winner... Hey, Barefoot Bug! GG!
Barefoot Bug.
Well done, friend.
Well earned. Well earned.
You get your 100 gold. And everyone gets regenerated. Yeah, so Gartic show, that was fun, Chris.
That was great.
I'm still amazed, like, with my horrible chicken scratches in it, you were able to figure out those games in no time,
man. You were killing it. You and I, we're joined at the cerebellum, baby. I'm so mad. I'm so mad I didn't get Terra Mystica in time.
You were right there, right? You were, yeah.
There were 2 messages apart.
Yeah.
Bodie Belly, 2 other messages and me.
So close. Corthane, thank you for redeeming the Ruel ranks. We're going to save that for next time because we're actually getting close to starting the show here. But we'll save it next time. That's where I'm going to rank a game, folks. That's in my collection. I got a bunch of new stuff recently, so we got plenty to choose from. Thank you for that, Corthane. Lorelei says, Ruel drawings were great. I've seen so much. Oh, thank you for that, Lorelei. Appreciate that. And it's hard to do with a mouse in limited time. Agreed. It was brutal. But it was fun. Lots of fun. Let me get ready. I'm going to start sending stuff up on the behind the scenes here.
I'm sure you've done Codenames live. Hey, Ruel?
Yes.
Okay,
we played together,
We've done it together. Yeah. I literally do this every time. I do this every time. I've done this to you so many times, and I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Like we were playing together, and I've said this to you multiple times. I'm like, hey, have you heard about this great thing, Codenames Live? Literally the first time we hung out.
What's on Codenames Live?
I can't even believe it. I'm so upset right now.
Oh, I love it. Have you done it recently?
Well, I'm doing it next week. Doing it next Monday with a comedian friend of mine. But he bails. I'm gonna call you in.
Oh yeah, and
I think we were against each other, right? Because I think I was with Naveen.
Oh yeah, wasn't I with Ray? Wasn't Ray on that show?
Yeah, I think you might have been with Ray.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully, we should do it again so you'll remember that we actually played the game together, Chris.
You know what? I can't do it again. I can't do it again because I can't put that in my memory. And I wish this was a bit. Now it's going to be a bit, but Oh God, I hate myself.
No, it's perfectly fine, my friend. Let me do this here. I need to update.
At least I caught myself.
Yeah, no, kudos to you.
I
Yeah,
caught it as I was saying. I was like, I know we've done it.
Right.
That's what I was saying. I said, I know we've done code names. It must have just come out. It was a weird audio issue that was happening. I think
totally
for sure.
Let me switch over to this scene. Whoop. Okay, we've got volume checks, and Ray is back, and
Hi, yes, I'm back. Yeah, ready for me.
I want to make sure I've got this here. So, folks, if you're just joining us, we're going to be taping our top 12 spring games. Richard's going to join us via video. We do this for YouTube, so we're going to be focused talking to each other, but then afterwards, we'll come back, hang out with y'all in chat, and talk about the games that didn't make our list. So, hang out with us. If there's a raid or anything, let them know that we'll be hanging out at the end of the show and chatting with everyone. Make sure we got this. So we got Richard doing the intro. Then we're going to go to this scene here, which is the overhead. Hi. We're going to do a round of
more games.
Yeah, more games. And then we go over here, and then we will go to this thing here. Let me get that ready. Okay, I'm going to press the scariest button, OBS studio mode, Chris. So hopefully this works.
Right, like all good streamers, letting the chair do the hard work. Yep, I'm just a hack. I don't actually show up on stream. I just let my chair spin around in circles.
I need to fix something behind the scenes real quick. So, thanks for your patience, everyone.
Just whatever happens, don't press the scariest button again.
Yeah, that button worries me. Like, what are we seeing on screen right now? I'm thinking it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a scary button.
Yeah. Whenever Ruel presses the scary button, something scary happens.
So. Okay.
All right.
Chris, Ray, how are we feeling? We good to go?
I'm good.
Let's do it. Let's play some more games.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? Yes. Richard will do the intro, and he's gonna be talking about our sponsors game, and we're gonna take a turn playing the game here on screen. And then we'll go to this scene right here where we're at right now and say, okay, now we're going to do our top 12 spring games. And then go to the list, and let me get my list up so I can do the... Wait, where's my list? Ah! There it is. Okay, so number 12. There are 12 games, and we start here. Ruel, learn how to count. Yes, I did. And
oh my god, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I learned how to draw. Now I can count.
I've been working on that.
Yeah. Chat. Ruel has been working on that for a very long time, and respect, Ruel. You made it. You made it.
Thank you. I am here.
You got the certificate.
Yes.
You got the certificate and everything.
It's only taken me 84 episodes to get to this point, so thank you.
No, not bad.
All right. Thanks, friends.
Says that they're proud of you as well.
Thank you, Slivers. Always appreciate it. Okay, let's do the intro, and then we'll go to playing the game here. So, intro, take it away, Richard.
Hey everybody, this week's R&R is brought to you by Everything Ever, which is a very cool party game from Floodgate Games. I've got a promo of it right here, and I gotta say, Jen and I have enjoyed it as a two-player game, which is pretty rare for party games. How does it work? Well, at any given time, there are 2 cards on display, and when your turn comes up, you've got to name something that hasn't already been said by somebody else that fits. So, I might say ping pong and beagles, let's say, and phew, I made it through. And then it's somebody else's turn, and they might say, oh, huskies, and they freeze. They can't think of another in-game sport. And so what do? Well, everybody has a hand of 3 cards. And so they might say, oh, I don't really like that one. I'm going to replace it with this. And they say, oh, movie series with more than 3. Star Wars. And then it's somebody else's turn, and somebody else says Star Trek and Dachshunds. And then somebody else says, wait, Are there 3 movies in Back to the Future? How many movies are there in Godfather? Terminator, and Poodles, and so on. And it keeps going, and other people might freeze up, and so they change the dogs with every Lee, Bruce Lee, or what have you. Sooner or later, though, folks, somebody is going to be frozen, can't think of a word, can't replace it with something else, and then whatever they can't think of, they've got to take those as negative points. And then a new one comes out, and the game continues. It is super sharp, high tension, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. But, don't take my word for it, folks. Ruel, I think you have a copy of this game, right? Why don't you all just play around and show the good folks just how much fun it is?
Thanks, Richard. And yes, we do have a copy of the game here, Everything Ever, as we can see. Welcome, folks, to the R&R show. My name's Ruel, hanging out with Chris and Ray, as usual. Yes, it's a time for celebration. Thank you for that, Chris. I love that you do that every single time. It never gets old, my friend. This is awesome. Everything Ever. I've got a copy of the game here, and we're going to play around just like Richard said. You're going to have 2 cards here. Now, obviously, in real life, Chris and Ray would have 3 cards in front of them, but we're playing this virtually to show y'all how fun it is. The first 2 categories here, everything that comes in twos, and then everything Jennifer. So either Jen or Jenny, and you're going to name that. And let's see, we'll just go in order of the screen here. Ray, I'm going to have you go first. And if you can name those things, then we'll go to Chris, and then we'll go to me.
And we got 5-second timer. Hey?
Yes, we'll do 5 seconds.
5-second timer?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
so
let's do 10
let's
seconds.
not even do
We'll
10.
do 5. Yeah, we'll do 5.
Yeah,
all
let's do 5. Let's ratchet it up.
Okay.
I hate this that I put it. And if we shout card, then it's like we're playing one of our cards.
Correct.
Right?
And I'll just draw one from the deck here. There's a ton of cards in this game, folks.
And then we'll pause and you'll tell us, because it's hard for it's a little hard for me to see on our backstage view because we can see all of us.
Exactly. Okay. So we got everything that comes in twos and every Jennifer. Okay.
All
right.
I go first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Socks and Jennifer Lawrence.
Boom.
Oh no. Gloves and Jennifer Ham.
Oh,
Jen Ham.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jennifer Lopez and things that comes in twos. Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3. Did we say socks or gloves? Yeah, we did.
I said
we said both of them.
Oh my God.
Both the things we said.
Okay. So I have missed. So I would draw, or I guess I should have said card, so I can replace this one. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, say cards.
So I would have 3 cards in my hand, but again, we're just doing this. I'm going to go here. Hey, every dog movie. Okay. So every dog movie, every Jennifer. So do I will say every dog movie. So there is a movie, was it Air Bud is the dog movie I can think of. Okay.
Oh God, that's the only dog movie I can think of too. So I'm going to say card. Give me something else.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Not Air Bud 2 World Pup, not Air Bud 3 Most Valuable
I guess I
Pup,
done like I did.
not Air Bud 4 Air Bud
All right,
Plays Frisbee.
Chris is an expert on Air Bud. Every band or musician with a food in its name. Every band or musician with a food in its name. Wow.
Oh God, that's so much harder than it.
2, 1.
The Cranberries and
Cranberries,
Jennifer
nice.
Aniston.
Nice.
Get it away from me.
Did you say Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
Okay,
Did you
because that
say
was my
Jennifer
Jennifer.
Oh, well, sucks to suck.
No.
Which you get.
I was trying to see. I'm gonna not cheat with chat, but I have.
Okay.
I'm saying Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I'm saying card.
Yeah, I got on a high chat as well.
And are you saying card for Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm saying card
Okay.
for Jennifer because
Every
I don't know
tree.
Jennifer's.
Every tree, Chris.
The larch.
The larch. What? Really? That's a tree? Okay.
Yeah, it's a larch tree.
Okay.
It's a bit poisonous,
Okay.
and it's a bit from Monty Python.
Oh,
Nah.
okay. So back to me.
Larch, when they try to
I will
identify
say
trees.
for every band or musician with a food is named Pearl Jam, right? Jam or jelly. And then tree, obviously I'm going to go with the one on the card here, palm tree.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
do
that's
Pine
really
Tree and Smashing Pumpkins.
Wow, nice. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's really good.
That's
You.
excellent.
I'm gonna say
Whore.
birch tree. Did we say birch?
Birch is good.
No, we said birch. And then I'm gonna say the chaotic blueberries.
Okay, is that a real band? Come on.
Yeah, it's totally.
I've never heard of it.
It's my favorite band, the Chaotic Blueberries. Oh, they got great music.
No,
They're like
no,
folk punk.
I
That's
call
so
it.
funny.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So I'm calling shenanigans. So what you would do, first I would say, okay, I'll allow it, but watch yourself, counselor. And then if we do a second one, then you're out of order. Yeah. Chaotic blueberries.
You guys, you all cut out there for a second for me.
Yeah, right.
Were you saying something not about the chaotic because you cut out for me.
Yeah. So
well, look it up.
Okay, we'll look it up. So what we're gonna do, just for sake of we're playing. So if you could not think of anything, then you would take the stack of cards as a penalty, okay? And then later on, if you played something where it had both clues or both categories, something that played in both categories, you get a bonus, and that means the penalty cards, you can get rid of one. So that's how you get rid of your bonus, your penalties. And that's the game, folks. That's everything ever from our sponsor, Floodgate Games. So there you go.
I like that. That's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I really wanted to get something that matched both, but it's hard.
Those are super hard. Yeah.
It's tricky, but really I love that mechanic. I love that idea that it's two separate pieces of trivia, but if you can happen to think of something that is technically an answer for both,
so cool.
I think that's really clever and really cool, and I'd love to play this in person to get.
And I kid you not, okay, I literally pulled the next card off the deck. I got to show this one to Chris. This is every William Shakespeare play.
Come on, game over.
Come on,
game over. I got all 39, baby.
Exactly. But hey. Thanks again to Floodgate Games for sponsoring our show today. This is episode 85. We're going to be talking about the top 12 spring games because by the time you see this on YouTube, folks, spring will be here. Winter is over. It's the season of renewal and growth, and I don't know what else it's... what did Shakespeare say about spring, Chris? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Well, he said, now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York. But that's
words
doesn't hit spring. So
I have that tattooed, actually.
Do you really? No, come on.
No. I have that exact one with Chris's ums and pauses, like the dot.
Yeah. Raise a fan.
Nice.
I say? Raise a fan.
Nice. Well, in the spirit of that, why don't we get to the list? We're going to be doing our top 12 spring games. By the way, folks, we do an extended edition of the show. We do this live on Twitch, and we had a lot. Speaking of shenanigans, we had a really good time before the show. So be sure to click on the link below to see us play a really fun game. And Chris and Ray were amazing, and you're gonna see all the shenanigans on the extended edition. But we're here for a list of top 12 spring games, and we're gonna kick things off with our Shakespeare quoting friend Chris. What do you have for us at number 12? Did we lose Chris? Okay, there he is.
I'm back here.
He's been freezing a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have been freezing a bit. I'm not sure why, but so if I do freeze, let me know.
Yeah. Okay, there's a frozen moment right there. Yay.
I can
hear you.
I hear him choppy and
okay.
A little bit.
I'm back here. I'm still in the winter.
Yeah,
true.
Join us in the spring, man.
I'm gonna turn off my other things.
That might, yeah. Hopefully that helps.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Well, doing better now.
Well,
okay.
Close any
seems
other
like I'm back. If I cut out again, I probably wasn't saying anything important, you know?
Okay.
Are we still playing cards?
Okay, so we're gonna start with me. Great.
Yeah, number 12.
I'm ready to start with our list. Number 12. My number 12 is a game that I just played the other day, and it was really great. I played it with people who aren't really huge gamers, and I wanted to see if it was too complex for them. Because there's a little bit going on, and tell me if I cut out, because then I can just always go to a different. I can use my hotspot or something on my phone. But for you at YouTube, you don't have to worry about that. We've already recorded this all. My number 12 is Power Plants by KTBG, Kids Table Board Games. It's great, and I was really surprised by how much. I don't think I should have been surprised, because generally Kids Table Board Games are designed for kids, and that means. Well, games that you can play with kids, not designed for kids. I think that's an important distinction. But games that you could play with kids, and games that have sort of a lower rules set, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I feel like I feel like it's really good for new gamers, but there are a bunch of different rules that happen for each game, and so I wasn't sure how well it would hit, but it hit really well, and I was like, great, this is a fun game to play with like gamers who are intense, and this is a fun game to play with gamers who have not played many games at all before, and that was really, really great. So Power Plants is it's kind of a length.
Chris is breaking up for me. I don't know if he's breaking up.
It's a choppy on my end as well, Chris.
Yeah.
And you can see there, folks. Richard's playing through it, and I haven't played Power Plants yet. I'm looking forward to it because Kids Table Board Gaming always surprises me with their games. I think they're fantastic, and they are the type of game that you don't think is as crunchy as they are. I mean, I don't know if I should say crunchy, but they're not as they're definitely geared for adults and children rather than just children. I believe are early gamers, and I've always enjoyed their titles. One that always surprised me was Wreck Raiders. It was almost like a it was really good. I felt like it was almost like a Steffenfeld light game, like super point salady, but very accessible. And I think we got Chris back now. I see Chris's beautiful face on screen. Chris, can you hear us? And how's that going? Well, yeah, that answers that question.
Nope. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, boo on tech issues, folks. But as you can see there, Power Plants. I have not played this one yet, and now Chris is back, and we're hoping that he'll be able to join us. And
I'm back.
Yes, there it is.
You
I'm
sound
back.
good now.
I heard you talking about Wreck Raiders or something.
Yes, that was it. Okay.
Did you explain the game, or do I need to?
No. Let's
Should I do it all again.
Should we? Why don't we take another? You want to take another? Can we do another take on number 12?
Yeah. I do it again because he got pretty choppy in the
Ray,
middle there.
yeah, Ray, you're muted. I think from your cough.
Oh,
I shouldn't be.
Chris, Ray's good on my end.
Oh, well, I can't hear Ray. Oh my goodness gracious!
No.
Oh, now Chris is gone.
Oh no!
No, now Chris is back. Okay.
Can
you know what?
Hear me now?
I might as well be Ruel with all the tech issues that are happening.
No.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now, though, Chris? Are you good?
I'm great. I think I'm back. I think it seems stable.
Okay.
Let's do it from the top.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
No, it's about Power Plants.
Let me tell you. My number 12 is Power Plants. Power Plants is by KDBG. And this is great because I'm definitely not doing this for a second time. I'm doing it the first time. And I won't stumble over myself this time. Power Plants is awesome. I played this with a good group of gamers who have played a lot of games before, and now I've also played this with gamers who have like really not played any games at all, and it is hit in both cases. And I really, really appreciate that about this game, especially because there are a lot of rules that could be in this game. The basics of this game is you have two tiles in front of you. You put one of those tiles into a collective of tiles in the center, and then you can take either the sprout action, which is the main strong action of whatever tile you put forward, or you take the grow action of every other tile that it's touching. And so it's a really interesting balance of, do I do this really good action, or is there a strategic spot on the board where I can do a bunch of little mini actions that net me a bunch of points? And it's area control, because you're basically creating these large clusters of fields of the same type of plant, and you're adding sprites to these plants, and only one player's sprites can be on each different tile. And if you're going to add sprites to a tile where another player has sprites on it, you just kick those other sprites off, and then your sprites die in the process. They kind of fizzle out. I like to think of the sprites just running into each other and combusting in a fiery flame of spring, and really, really helping spring, sprout. But so there's 8 different types of tiles, and you always play with 5 of them, and that makes the setup a little bit annoying, because you just have to take the tiles out. But like it's not that frustrating, especially when you're setting up like a large big box game. It's very simple to do. I just leave all the tiles in the bag, and if you ever pull out a tile that you're not playing with, then you just throw it away in the box. Super easy to play, and each one of those plants has a different action, and there's also an alternate power as well. So altogether, you have 16 different powers of plants that are meshing with each other. You choose 5 for each game, and they all kind of work uniquely. plays 30 minutes to an hour, super quick. The last game I played with 3 new players took an hour, and that was them with the teach and with playing the game and with learning what all of like the 5 different powers were and having to reference and remember them and keep that information in their head, because it's essentially 10 powers, a sprout, and then a grow action. But yeah, it's really solid. It has to do with plants, so therefore you can play it in the spring. And I think you could play it outside. We didn't talk about this, how we came up with our lists. I didn't specifically pick things that you can play outside, but I know that was a consideration or what we were thinking about. But this is a bonus where you could actually play this one outside, no problem. You just kind of weigh the little plants down, the papers down with the blocks, because all the tiles are chunky. Really great production quality. I always find KDBG has really solid production quality. And same with their parent, their other sister company, Burnt Island. I find both of them always have really good production quality in the retail version specifically. Yeah, really great game.
Yeah. I love Kids Table board game. Their titles are always accessible, but surprisingly strategic, I guess. Wreck Raiders is one I always think of. It's almost like a Steffenfeld light game where it's very point salady, but super accessible for families and early gamers. So I haven't played Power Plants yet, so I'm looking forward to this, Chris. It's
great.
This looks good.
Yeah, it's exactly everything I hoped it would be.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to just quickly echo that. I have actually not played this one either, but Kids Table is amazing. You touched on this earlier, Ruel, but I love that it's not games for kids. It's games that you can play with kids. And Chris also nailed it with the production value is so much nicer than it needs to be for a kids game. And I love it when publishers go that extra mile when they don't have to. Like these, I can tell just from the pictures that those tiles are like nice.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be, and I love that they are. That's just it's so, I love that they do that. That's consistent across all of their games. Their production quality is just amazing.
For sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Great way to kick off the list. Let's go on to number 11. I believe that's going to be my choice this time. So number 11, this is a game from the second big box game, I believe, from a designer who came out with a huge hit. Little game you might have heard of called Wingspan. Elizabeth Hargrave. The choice I'm putting on our list is for number 11, Mariposas. This is about the monarch butterflies, and it's a race game, basically. You're racing to get your monarchs from Michoacan all the way up north through from Mexico to the U.S., and I forget exactly where they learned. But fun fact, I went to the University of California at Santa Barbara, and we had the monarchs stop off there. There's an actual preserve there. Yeah, so in this game, what I loved about this is, remember in Wingspan, you would get fewer actions per turn. Well, here in Mariposas, Elizabeth Hargrave flipped that. So you start with, I think, 5 actions, and then by the third round, you have 7. So you're increasing actions here. And what you're doing, you're playing your action cards, moving your different butterflies, which have different values. You're trying to get them to way stations and other points of interest on the map. You're going to collect points based on where they are. There's some set collection in this, and I really enjoyed this game. I felt like it was overlooked, and I really think it was overlooked just because it wasn't Wingspan. People had certain, expectations, I guess. One of those like, oh, how can this sequel or the next game from Hargrave ever meet the expectations of Wingspan? And unfair or not, I feel like that's what happened. Folks, if you haven't played this, give this a shot. It's a wonderful game. I was, as we were coming up with this list, I was thinking, remember Pulp Fiction by Quentin Tarantino? That was like the one that put him on the map. The movie after that, people expected another Pulp Fiction, but he gave us Jackie Brown, which wasn't as well received. But you know what, folks? Go back and watch. If you're a fan of Tarantino, go back and watch Jackie Brown. It's a wonderful movie if you like that style movie. And I think Mariposas is similar to that, where I think people sort of overlooked it, but it is a wonderful game. And I don't know how I got on Tarantino being Hargrave, but somehow that's where we're at.
No,
and
I think that's a really good comparison.
Thanks.
I can totally back you up there that I also saw that happening. And you can see now with like Faku Experiment and other, like, I think Undergrove is also a new Hargrave game. Like those are getting more people are now. She's not just the Wingspan designer, but she was for that moment when Mariposas came out, and now she's established like a roster of games that she's worked on, and we expect new and different things from her. But yeah, absolutely, I saw that happening as well. So you're not crazy. This got massively overlooked, and I think that's probably a little bit of why that happened.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for backing me up with that. As I was saying, I was like, what am I really talking about? Am I being crazy here?
No, I got what you're going for.
Yeah, no, it's a great comparison.
Thank you.
Plus, with all the blood that's in all of her games as well.
I know,
that's
it's
the other
not
thing.
as gory as you've come to expect.
Yeah.
And all the F-bombs from Samuel Jackson in the game as well.
Yeah. Just like the cards, if you read the flavor text on any Wingspan card, it's like, get these birds off of my plane.
Blankety blank, yes. Butterflies, blankety blank, yeah. So that's our number 11, folks. Let's move on to our number 10. Ray, you've got this one for us for our list of top 12 spring games.
Sure. So this is a game probably everyone's familiar with, so I'll keep it somewhat brief, but this is Cascadia. This is an award-winning tile-laying game about creating various habitats in the real-life location of Cascadia that has all these different beautiful different terrains you can work with. So you're going to be drafting tiles from a main market along with little animal tokens. And you're going to be doing kind of two different spatial puzzles here. You're going to be trying to connect pieces of terrain together, like similar terrain tiles together. So mountains to mountains and deserts to deserts. And you're also going to want to be putting those animals on top of them, which have their own unique spatial scoring mechanism. So you're trying to create like the largest swath of one contiguous type of habitat, while also maybe getting a little line of salmon, or keeping your bears apart from each other, or keeping your wolves in little pairs. And there's a bunch of different scoring mechanisms for all the animals, so it's not going to be the same thing every time, which is really cool. I love when games have that sort of built in. It's got stunning Beth Sobel art, which is one of the reasons why it's on this list. It really does evoke that beautiful nature theme, and all the animals are beautifully illustrated, and it's just a gorgeous, relaxing, nature-themed game.
Yeah, this was on my short list as well, Ray. And folks, did you know the extended edition, after we do the show, we talk about the games that didn't make our list, and I just let you know that Cascadia is one of them, but we talk about a bunch more, so be sure to click on the link below for all the other games that we talk about. I love Cascadia. It was my game of the year when it came out, and I think it's a masterpiece of design, and one of the perfect games to play during the springtime, I believe.
Yeah, Cascadia, like, I've played Cascadia, I played Verdant. I think Verdant I like a little bit more than Cascadia, but Cascadia I feel has been really growing on me as of late. The last game I played of Cascadia was like a really tight game. I was teaching a friend of mine who was running a World Series of Board Gaming event, and so I had to learn the game. And so we were playing it, and it was just like, it was so tight, and I was like, I felt like I'd gone to another level with my strategy, and it really, like, yeah, it made me very excited to play it and to continue to play it.
Nice. I have to share this story, Chris. You were talking about the World Series of Board Gaming. I was in one of the ring games, and a little unbeknownst to me, I'm playing with one of the eventual final tablists, and I played my best game of Cascadia ever. I scored like a little over 100 points, and I was so stoked, and I still lost by 20. I'm like, what the?
Wow.
Yeah. And like,
that's one of the things I like about it, is that I love games where they kind of bury the lead on who's winning, where it's hard to grasp, because it's so fun when you feel like you're winning the whole time. That's a mark of a good game for me, is if you can lose horribly but feel like you're winning the whole game.
Agreed.
It's done really well in Cascadia. Sometimes it feels unfair, and Cascadia really does a good job of making you feel like you're doing something.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. I mean, that's a great point. Yeah. And what it showed me was like there is that like next level strategy, and when you're playing at the WSBG, like you got to bring it. I mean, the guy was super cool too, super nice, and we had such a lovely time. And then I was like, wow, he has like a dozen pine cones at the end. I'm like, how did he get that many pine cones? And yeah, just totally crushed it. But great experience.
I spend them too. I spend them too easily.
I do too. Yeah, I totally spend those things. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Great choice for number 10. Let's move on to number 9, which is going to be from Richard. Richard, take it away.
Okay, all right. The list so far. Interesting choices, Chris. Number 12. Actually, I like it a lot, but I'm a huge fan of Little Shop of Horrors. So why not have spring be a time of rampant destruction rather than growth and beauty? Makes sense. Ruel, Mariposas is a very cool choice. There is one slight problem, though. The monarch butterflies, they migrate in autumn. They do not migrate in spring. So it's a better autumn game, but that's fine anyway. It's still beautiful. And A nice choice. And Ray, Cascadia was literally the first game I thought of when Ruel proposed this list. I ultimately didn't go with it though because it's mostly about the fauna and not really about the flora. I don't really get that sense of connection, with flowers and growth and new beginnings and all that. I mean, it's there, totally there. But yeah, I like it, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree. And definitely, it is about life. So yeah, nice choices. But what is number 9? I'm gonna bet a game that none of you have played, or honestly have even heard of. Number 9 on our combined list is Walking in Provence. And here's a rundown I did of it last year. This is such a sharp little card game where we are layering cards together, slipping them on top of each other, trying to make the right grid, or slipping them underneath, which is something that a lot of these card layering games don't let you do. But the storyline here is we are in the fields of Provence. Flowers are growing, and we're photographers trying to capture the perfect picture. Up at the top of the table are a bunch of objectives. Objectives for pictures I can take where I want to get certain elements in the shot. But there's also objectives for shots I want to take with my drone, because I'm also taking drone shots, and I'm trying to build the ideal layout and then move my little photographer around on the grid I've created and my drone around independently so I can be the first to snap the really great pictures and score really lovely points. This has got to be maybe the crunchiest of all the card laying games out there. Games like Nemalia or Hanging Gardens or whatever. And it's a beautiful game too. Very simple with all the fields of flowers and local landmarks and all of that, and just absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan of it, and I hope more people discover it. Number 9 on our list, Walking in Provence.
Yeah, Rahdo, Richard, you got me there. I have not played Walking in Provence, but I looked at the designer of the game as you're doing a little rundown there. He has been responsible for some really great games. The first 2 that I see, Mystery of the Temples and Walking in Burano. These are all small box games, and I've really enjoyed them. So Walking in Provence looks really cool. I love that whole card laying, I guess you technically call it, but sort of like Nemalia with the different ways of scoring. But yeah, looks like a good one, and I can't wait to actually try it.
Yeah, he stumped me. I got. I've never heard of this before, but I love that, like, taking a snapshot and like being able to like layer. It reminds me a little bit of like Perfect Picture that Arcane Wonders did, where you're trying to like get them in the right. Like I like that a lot, but obviously like cleaner and simpler and smaller boxed. And yeah, it's a great pick. I really want to try that. That's a mechanic that I really enjoy.
Same.
Yeah, seems cool. I've never even heard of the other ones that you mentioned, Ruel.
Yeah.
Definitely check those out. Let's move on to number 8. Back to Chris for this one.
All right. Well, number 8 is what I often tell Richard when he disparages my picks, and that's Scram. Scram is a little card game by Bezier. It's the same game as Silver, but this is sort of like the team version, and it's a little bit easier, right? There's a little bit less back and forth with the cards, but you can play Silver, you can play Scram. This one came out of nowhere for me, and I already gave it this year like the golden buzzer, best of the year. I hit on my channel, like for reviews, I hit the golden buzzer. Like I'm allowed to do it 4 times every year. I never do up to 4 times, but I really want to be like, this game is awesome. I like hit the golden buzzer, and that's what I did for this one. It's so good. It's so good. If you've ever played the card game Golf, which is a very bad game, it's awful, just atrocious. But my girlfriend's family really loves it. And what it is you're drawing a card and you're choosing, do I keep this card and try to make a set, or do I throw it away and then flip up a random card? It's like Random the board game. This takes Golf and actually makes it like an amazing, awesome team game. Under turn, you can do 2 things. You can do 3 things. You can draw a card and you can exchange it with cards in your row, you can discard it without doing anything, or you can discard it and do its ability. And so the abilities are stuff like look at a card or flip over cards or etc. And the key about looking at cards or flipping over cards is that when you're exchanging, if you know you have multiples of the same numbers, so say I have 2 8s that are face down that I've managed to look at in previous round, I'll be like, great, I'm going to exchange the card I just drew for these 2 cards. And then you flip them up. You're all trying to get the lowest amount of points. Get the least amount of critters in your backyard camping. And additionally, if your partner also has the same number, you can swap out theirs at the same time too. So it's like this really great back and forth communication of like, okay, I'm helping you look at stuff. Now I'm looking at stuff. I know what that card is, trying to get down in the fewest number of turns as possible. And then when you think you have the lowest score and you have like 2 or less cards, you say scram, which 20% of the enjoyment for sure comes from that. But I had even forgotten that part when the first time I was playing it. But now it's an integral part of the teach. You say scram, everybody else gets 1 more turn. They might like draw 13, which they can put into your campsite. It's a skunk or whatever. And if you have called it and you and your partner have the fewest amount of points, you get 0 points. And the opposing team just gets all of their points. And after the end of 4 rounds, the person with the lowest points wins. It's awesome. It's like, wow. It's so good. It shouldn't be good. Like, it shouldn't be this good.
I love games where that can be the tagline.
Yes.
Like, this shouldn't be good, but it is.
Shouldn't be good.
I love that.
I got it. I picked it up at PAX because I was swung by Bezier, and they're like, oh, this is golf. And I knew I was going to my girlfriend's folks for Christmas. And I was like, they're like, do you want this? I was like, well, they like golf, so maybe I can get it played. And like, they're like, oh, here, try silver in this. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want it. I really don't even want to take it. I'm so uninterested. And then I played it, and I was like, wow, I would have missed out on like one of my favorite card games now of all time. It's like, nice. It was such a boomer bust situation in my opinion. But like, I really, really love this game, and I love Silver as well. Silver, you can play it in a team mode. Silver Fang is designed to be a team mode. I would get Silver Amulet, which is the first one that they did, so it's a little less complicated. It gets zanier and zanier as you get like the different sets, and you can swap them in and out and do that. I haven't really, because it just feels like a lot of work, and they're all sort of balanced for themselves anyway. But yeah, really enjoyed the Silvers where you play as like a solo. Generally, you play as solo, and then Scram though has the cute critters, and I love the art style. I love that it's a little bit more pared down. Not every card has an ability. So, you keep the lower ones and you have the ability on the higher ones. It makes it a little bit more accessible and easy to pick up. Was a huge hit for people who like enjoyed the card game Golf and like aren't huge gamers. And also like I'll play it all the time. Yeah, nice. It's great.
You mentioned the game Golf, and before I got into modern board games, Chris, I may have spent way too many hours of my lifetime playing golf. It's the solitaire game, right, where you're just matching the cards up. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you can play it with a bunch of people, but you have like 9 cards, yep. or you have 8 cards. There's a couple of variations. Yeah. You get to flip up 3 to start, yep. and you draw a card, and you're trying to make each one of your columns the same number, so then it cancels out. Yeah. And you want to get the lowest points,
Yeah, so I know exactly the mechanism you're talking about. So, and this looks really cool. I would totally play this with the extra abilities, the cute art, and now I'm sort of kicking myself that I spent so many hours playing that card game Golf.
Well, Scram wasn't around. Scram, like Silver has been out for a bit, but Scram just came out last year.
Oh, okay, so, cool.
Yeah. Excited to try it out. It's like a pared down, great team version. Mm-hmm. You can play 2v2 or 2v2v2.
Nice. Awesome.
Sounds great.
Cool. That is our number 8. Let's move on to number 7. It's back to me. And hopefully Richard doesn't roast my choice here. I remember what you said, Richard, about my last choice. I'm not like I'm going with the butterflies. They start in spring, so that's why I chose the game, even though.
There you go. Stand up for yourself.
I'm standing for myself. Thank you. It was a great choice.
Oh yeah, it was better than walking in Provence or whatever.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Or whatever Richard's next 2 picks are going to be.
Exactly. Thank you, friends. But let's move on to number 7. This one, for me, really captures the theme of springtime. It's a game that's actually going to be coming out. Again, they've got a second edition coming out. Game called Lotus. This is a gorgeous game. I always love seeing this one. Has like table presence for days, and what you're doing is you're playing petal cards from your hand, and you're creating the little different flowers. You have the lotus flower, you have orchids, tulips, and whatnot. And it's set collection at its heart. You're trying to collect the same, petals, different numbers of petals for different flowers. So some will have you collect 4 of them, others 3, 5, 7, etc. But here's the cool thing. Once you collect those, you'll take those for points, but there's other ways to score points, mainly through area control. And this is what always surprised me about this game. You have little bugs, for everyone has different bug meeples, and you're going to place them on the flowers, and whoever has the most when that flower is complete will gain extra points based on those bugs. And when you complete a flower, not only do you get those for points, but you are going to get extra abilities. So you unlock things like, hey, increase your hand size, or you get a bonus bug that'll give you 2 points rather than 1. And it's another one of those games where it's super easy to get to the table because I just taught it in like a minute here, but it has a lot more gameplay than you expect. It scales well, 2 to 4 players, probably about 30-minute game, and I've always loved it. I'm super excited for the new edition because I think this game has been out of print for a while, and I always loved it. Michelle and I played it a ton when it first came out years ago, and we still have our copy, but I'm wondering I don't know if they should change the art. I love the art. It's got, again, great table presence. You're literally building flowers and then picking those up so you can build others. But very snappy game, very, a lot more strategic than you think. And that is why it's our number 7, Lotus.
I really like that idea of putting down petals to make a flower.
Yes.
That's one of those ideas where I'm like, why hadn't that been done before? That's genius. And like set collecting and stuff, that's really nice. I don't see enough games that involve set collecting that involve you doing something artistic with like the set that you're collecting. That's really nice. I really like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I just love looking at it. Like, it's literally a flower, right? That's growing right there on your table. It's a gorgeous game. Probably the only sad thing about it is like, once you complete a flower, you got to pick them up off the table, so you sort of lose it. But it's points. It's points in your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lotus, very, very outstanding game, and I think one that really captures the springtime theme that we've been talking about here.
Yeah, totally. Richard can't have anything bad to say about that one. It's got flowers.
I hope he doesn't. We're gonna see.
Budding flowers.
Yeah, we shall see. Okay. Speaking of Richard, he's got a number 6, and let's see if he roasts our other choice here.
No, I think Ray.
Ray! Oh, sorry. No. Okay, we're gonna wait for the roasting in for one more pick. I'm sorry about that.
For the roast.
Yeah, Ray.
No, you're good.
Let's see what we got for number 6, please.
Yeah, I got number 6. Number 6 for me is Arboretum. This is a tree planting game where obviously you're creating your own little arboretum. I have the like fancy deluxe version, so it's like all like shimmery and gorgeous, and the art is just stunning.
You got the one with the minis? You put 1 mini for each tree down?
Wait, minis?
No.
What?
Yeah, there's a big life-size mini one where you put a mini on every single card. Yeah, there's 100.
I'm sure you're joking.
I'm totally making it up. Sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead. Explain Arboretum.
My brain, so Arboretum is basically a deck of cards. It's with various suits that represent different types of trees, and it's going to be numbered 1 through 9. You're going to want to be planting these trees in your own personal arboretum. As I mentioned, you start with a hand of trees. And on your turn, you're going to draw 2 more. And they can either be drawn from a central draw pile or from anyone's discard pile, including your own, which is a really fun mechanic. So you're going to get your 2 cards, and then you're going to play one. It doesn't have to be one of the ones you picked up. It could be any of the ones in your hand. And then you're going to discard one, which then can be like picked up by someone else. And you're going to be trying to create these they're like these runs of trees, right? And so you can be able to like use the same tree in multiple runs. So it's like a little bit of a spatial puzzle to get the most use out of your trees as you're placing them, because come the end of the game, each suit is going to score 1 run from anyone at the table. And it counts as a run of a certain suit if it starts and ends with the same type of tree. So if you have the 1 of cherry blossom and then a bunch of other trees in the middle that are in ascending order, and then you end with like the 6 of cherry blossoms, that whole thing counts as your run for cherry blossoms. And then the really tricky part is that only one person gets to score any given run of a certain suit. So only one person, even if everyone has a really impressive run of cherry blossoms, only one person gets to actually score their cherry blossom run. And the person who gets to do that is the person who has the highest value of cherry blossoms left in their hand. So as I said, the cards are numbered 1 through 9. You add up the value of all the cherry blossom cards that you have left in your hand. And if you beat the other people at the table, then you get to score your cherry blossom run. So it's a very interesting balance of wanting to make your run big and worth it and trying to fit in as many trees as you can. And again, using those trees for multiple runs because the game is not very long, but also hoarding enough of that suit so that you can actually score it. And it's this is not for everyone. I will say that. It's very card county. There's a lot of you need to know if the 9 of cherry blossoms is buried or if someone has it in their hands, or the 8. I think it's 1 through 8 actually. Very card county and very hate drafty because you can see I see someone's making a Weeping Willow run. I'm just gonna hoard all the Weeping Willows to ruin their day. Maybe not everyone plays this game this way. I've been learning lately that I play games more aggressively. I will talk about a game like it's cutthroat, and people will be like, "What are you talking about?" My family plays Arboretum pretty cutthroat. It'll be only a handful of runs that get scored because we're constantly blocking each other out of it. But I really, really love it. It's got a spatial puzzle. It's got cool card hand management. And it's absolutely, absolutely stunning. And you're playing the little trees, so it fits our spring theme.
Yeah.
Now, I'm okay. Go ahead, Ruel.
I was just gonna say this was another one that was on my list, Ray. We were thinking the same thing. I absolutely love this game. My friends and I, we either call it mean trees or murder trees because it's. We play it aggressively
I have to steal that. Mean trees.
Yeah, mean trees or murder trees.
This game is mean trees. I
love
it.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
such
think
a good
it's
way to describe it.
Yeah, when you first get it, it's oh, beautiful, and then you start playing, it's like, oh man, this is total hate drafty. But it's so brilliant, and that spatial puzzle and the collective hand management of it, it's so excruciating. I want to put this out here, but I got to keep it so I can score it.
But I have to keep some in my hand.
Yeah, it's so brutal.
It really is brain burning, and you wouldn't expect it to. And I love games like that.
Same.
Now, both of you said, oh, I play with my family. What's the player count that you generally will play this at the most?
I almost always play this at 3. Yep. And I don't know that that's intentional. It's one of the few games for some reason that my sister, who doesn't really play board games, for some reason she really likes it. So I'll play with my sister and my mom. And I probably have the most games of this logged on VGG. It's up there in top 5. I play this game all the time because it's one of the few games that my sister plays. And nice. 3 usually works quite well because it's enough where it's not just you and the other person going back and forth and hate drafting, but it's not so much that the card counting aspect of it gets too out of hand. Yeah. But I don't know about you, Ruel. Do you play at a specific player count?
Yeah, I've played this. We played this a ton before the pandemic. My game group, we always had 4-player games going, and we played it a ton. And then after the pandemic, I feel like I've played 3-player games more often. Yeah. But I like both player counts. It's murder trees or mean trees. It's
murder.
Interesting, because I really like mean games. I absolutely love mean games because I'm just a mean spirited individual in my heart of hearts, and it's the only way I can get it out there in the open. But I've played Arboretum once. I played a 4-player game, and I thought it was atrocious. I thought it was awful.
Really?
And I was so excited to play it because I've only heard it be put forward as being a really great game. And then my hypothesis was that it would be a good 2-player game, but at no other player count. Because for me, it feels like king making the board game. Okay, I have 2 8s in my hand. Who do I want to win? I have to get rid of one of them. I can't keep both of them. Or it's just okay, I drew this 8. So either I win this suit or I don't have it and I have to hold it and keep it away from somebody else. Right? I found that it was just
8's that powerful. Because if you have a 4 and a 5,
the 1 cancels it, right?
The 1, it cancels it out.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I will agree. There's a little bit of that. There's a little, you can dogpile on one person, but you got to be adaptable. If you're not finding that 8, or if you're not finding the suit that you needed, you can kind of intuit when someone's hoarding something. And that's where the discard, there's almost always a suit that everyone's just decided they're not playing.
Yeah.
And my comeback strategy in Arboretum is to just start stealing from everyone's trash and be like, all right, losers, I'm the Weeping Willow trash queen.
I do the same.
I did that in my game. I was like, okay, I'm doing this pivot point. But like it also in our game, there was just somebody who got all the chestnut. And they just laid down all the chestnuts, and they had the chestnuts, and there's no way of stopping them. And then they won because everybody else like kind of canceled each other out. And I just like, I've never been so. It was like I played at a convention. I played at Niagara Board Game Convention. It was far and away like my least favorite game that I played out of every game that weekend.
That's fascinating.
And I think because my expectations were like super duper high, because I know like I've heard it being reflected as like such a really good game. I was really excited to play it. Even like the teach of it, I was like, that's a really like a lot of cool concepts. But then just in that play, like I've only played it once, to be fair, so maybe it was an anomalous play. But I just like it just felt like myself and another person were like, okay, we're gonna hoard, and then somebody else was like, well, you can't hoard from me, and then we're like, okay, well, we hoarded from each other. We both killed each other and you win. Congratulations. Right? And I'm like, so that's why I was like, maybe as a 2-player, I would be really interested, because then it is that sort of lost cities push your luck style of are you going to get the right numbers or not, right? The other gripe I have with this game is that when the last person to play, when the deck ends, the game's over. And that I think that makes for just like, okay, first player is at a very significant advantage.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Let me ask you this: did you guys?
Oh my God. Like ready?
Well, first of all, did you guys shuffle the cards? Like you shuffled them, right?
Yes, we shuffled the cards.
Because usually there's like a lot of different trees that come out. No one just like keeps one. But
no, that's true. Well, like they just happened to get the chestnuts when they drew off the top. So
interesting,
right?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Ray. I'll let. Like, how are we going to defend your choice here? Arboretum.
I'm all sweaty and. What'd you say? You said. What were you just saying before the chestnut comment? You said,
like taking each other out and somebody else wins. That's why I thought it felt like king making the board game to me. Is because like it was really like, okay, who do I choose to make win? Was what it felt like it came down to near the end.
Yeah. No, I remember what I was gonna say. I wasn't addressing that. I was addressing the length of the game. It varies depending on how much you pull from discard piles.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. But I can see what you're saying about king making, and I definitely. I think for me, the reason why that element doesn't bother me as much is because the game is quite short. King making bothers me. It's an exponential curve for me. King making bothers me the longer I've invested in the game. But I'm gonna say that's kind of valid. Let's maybe play it at a con, and maybe you'll hate it less. But I'm not gonna like go to the mat on it. I have had fun experiences with it because I don't mind that kind of gang up on one person. But I think it's a valid critique.
Absolutely.
I've never heard anyone like express it like that before, but I'm gonna say, Chris, that's valid. That's fair.
Oh, totally fair. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious though that Ruel and I love it, and you hate it.
I
think
it's great.
In such agreement. I like the drama of Chris' like terrible pick.
You know what? I'm gonna hate your next picks too.
Do it. I'll hate yours too.
Well, let's see what Richard's gonna hate on during his explanation of number 5. Richard, let us know what you think. What you got?
Okay. What do we got next? Chris, Scram. Don't know anything about it, never played it because it's a 3-player minimum game, and I like playing games with my wife, and just my wife, quite frankly, because I'm an antisocial so-and-so, so don't really know anything about it, but looking forward to watching this video so you can explain it to me. And, Lotus, certainly a beautiful game, but geez Louise, this game is cutthroat, at least as a 2-player game. Honestly, Jen and I could not keep it. It was just way too in your face for our taste. And hey, while we're at it, Ray, number 6, Arboretum. Maybe the nastiest game about trees in all of human history. Oh my gosh, what a mean-spirited game, but a brilliant, brilliant design. Apparently that's what you guys like to do, when spring is with us, is just destroy your opponents. Anyway, that's not what I'm about. I'm going to talk about number 5 on our combined list, which I am so in love with, Windmill Valley. And I'm cheating. because this game has not come out yet, which is why I am referring to a Chinese channel, Xiantian. There'll be a link for it down in the show notes if you'd like to check it out. Apparently, they've got the first copy of this anywhere in the world, and this is a game about tulips in bloom, gardening to grow the tulips, sell the tulips, score points off of the tulips, and it is a lovely, beautiful game all about growing flowers. I was lucky enough to play this with my wife Jen at the Dice Tower West convention just a few weeks ago. They had some early prototype copies, publisher Board and Dice, and wow, this is right off the bat. It's going to be coming out later in the year, probably early on favored for one of my top 5 games of the year because let's see. Xiantian hasn't shown it yet. Let me go on ahead and see if I can find someplace. You may have noticed the big gears. Here we go. You get to spin the gears. The Windmill Valley. Each player in front of them has 2 windmill gears. That you upgrade over time. You can put new tokens in them, and at the beginning of every one of your turns, you rotate this thing a variable amount based on the speed of the rivers, because players can control, open up the dams and whatnot to let more or less water through, and that determines how far you're going to rotate both of these wheels. And you're trying to rotate them to get them to the upgraded spots that combo really well together, but other players are maybe speeding up or slowing down the rate of water, and so that's something you have to deal with. All of this is so that you can, plant the right seeds, to harvest the right tulips, to sell them at the market, and score lots of points. There's a lot going on, like Danny Garcia. Oh, did I mention this is from designer Danny Garcia, who is fast becoming my favorite? He might eclipse Feld at the rate he's going. Arboreum last year was amazing, and the other one from it's right up there. Barcelona. This is his 3rd game, and it might be his best to date. Jen and I love this to pieces. People will be able to get to play it a little bit later in the year, but this was a great way for us to ring in spring. Number 5 on the list, Windmill Valley.
Okay, so Richard's roasting our picks, and he's picking a game that's not even out yet. Come on, Richard, that's not fair. I want to roast you.
Yeah, who would do that? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, is there something coming up?
Yeah, God, what a weirdo.
Yeah, let's really cast stones. Ray, do you wanna cast a lot of stones?
Yes, Ray, please do. The Windmill Valley looks cool. I love the fact. Yeah, it looks really neat. And Danny Garcia, yes, Barcelona folks. If you haven't played that one, check that out. I'm looking forward to Windmill Valley, and I don't have anything to say other than I'm looking forward to playing it. Yeah,
I will say the gears. Ooh, baby!
Yeah,
I love that. I gotta say, I like Zolkin quite a bit, but the theming of the gears makes no sense. The Mayan calendar didn't move. It's like it was a slept on kind of theme concept that's cool, but doesn't make any sense.
Time progresses.
Makes sense. This is a genius way to implement that gears that hasn't really been done. Zolkin is really the only one that comes to mind that really does that. Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited to see that mechanic being continued on with new and better themes, in my opinion. So I'm very excited about that. That looks awesome.
Same.
I just love the tulips. I love the color palette.
Yeah,
it's pretty gorgeous game.
It is
Absolutely.
a pretty game. Cool. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the list. Continue here with Chris with our number 4.
Well, my number 4, I didn't realize my shirt that I was wearing is kind of related to it.
Oh, nice.
I got all these little plants.
Beautiful plant shirt.
Coming up from a typewriter. It's not coming up from the typewriter, but it's got to do with plants. I've already talked about it a little, and that's because it's verdant. Nice. Verdant I do like more than Cascadia. I still like it more than Cascadia, and I think because there are more ways to get points. I like that there are more paths to victory. It isn't just the 2 tile laying that you have to consider. You're considering set collection. You're considering end of round goals. You're considering different placement of things. All those different scoring conditions that were just on the screen. And I think that's the reason why it kind of edges it out for me. But both are great. It's by the same team, flat out team, and it's a really fun game that Renee, my girlfriend, has been asking me to play pretty much every day this week.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. You get the flowers, you get things that are in bloom, you get to arrange the rooms and shine sunlight or different types of sunlight. I just think it's a really slick, smart design, and it has that unified drafting that Cascadia also has. But you do get a choice in this one. You can choose the plant or the room, and you have to alternate back and forth. So yeah, I think it's really solid. If you like Cascadia, you should also try Verdant. If you don't like Cascadia, Verdant's a little bit better, but it feels similar-ish.
It's so interesting to hear you say that, right? Because the 3 games in that group, right, are
Mhm.
Cascadia, Verdant, and
Calico,
right?
yep.
And I've played Calico and Cascadia, and I love them, and I've always avoided Verdant because everyone I've ever talked to says that's
know.
the worst of the 3.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
do.
very interesting that you say you like it so much. I've just never played it, so I have no comments on it, but that's always been like
Yeah.
when I talk to people about that trio of games, they're like, oh, you played the 2 good ones, don't play Verdant. But I
Yeah.
like
It gets
truly,
that a
and
lot.
so I've been like, all right, because
It
I'm a
really does.
sheep, and I'll be like, sure, bad game, yeah. But I should get around to playing it because I do quite like, obviously, Cascadia and Calico as well.
See, I've yet to play Calico, but so I've only played Verdant and Cascadia.
Try to teach at some point.
Yeah, there we go.
Interesting.
We'll do a swap.
It's funny because of the 3 games, I think Cascadia is by far like the most approachable and accessible. I think it's the easiest to learn.
Oh, Calico's way crunchier than
Calico's
Cascadia,
super crunchy, and I think Verdant has a little bit of that crunchiness, just in a different format. And I love them all. I think they're all great games. I would choose Cascadia, but Verdant I really like. I know my wife Michelle really liked Verdant, and I think it was just the whole organizational thing. Like, you're in home, you're organizing things nice and neat, and yeah, she's definitely more me. I'm just like, throw everything out there, whatever. But she's a little more organized, a lot more organized than I am.
So for Michelle, it would be Verdant over Calico. Would it be Verdant over Cascadia, or Michelle would probably opt for Cascadia?
Actually, she loves Cascadia of all 3. She's like me. We both enjoy Cascadia the most. And we also like Arboretum, Chris, just to let you know. So
Well, yeah, there you go. Your opinions are both invalid. But just wondering, for Ray's sake, do you like Verdant more than Calico?
I like... Oh man, that's a good question. I go, I've flip-flopped so much over the years. I know I like Cascadia as my number 1, and then number 2, it depends on my mood. I'm going to totally chicken out here. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I want,
fair.
I
That's
want the Verdant style puzzle. Sometimes I like the Calico style puzzle. Basically, if I'm in the mood for plants or cats, I guess, in my games name. Yeah. But all 3 are excellent games. I know people say Verdant's the worst. I don't think it's bad at all. I just prefer the other ones.
I don't think that people... I think it's just reductive because they're in a group. They get compared to each other a lot. I don't think anyone says it's a bad game, but for whatever reason, the people I chat with, they always get compared to each other. It's always like, well, which of the 3 do you like the most? And I feel like maybe Verdant suffers because of that. Kind of going back to the Elizabeth Hargrave of like unfair comparisons, just because they're all from the same publisher. They all kind of are in this just grouping that just happened. They get compared a lot, which I feel like is probably unfair to Verdant, and it's created me. It's caused me to not play it. So
it had the exact same effect. I was like, I asked AEG if I could review Calico, and they sent me Verdant, and I was like, oh dang, really? That's what happened. And then I played it, and I was like, oh man, why do people say this? Like, I like this a lot. And so since then, I've tried to like kind of champion, be a bit more vocal about like enjoying Verdant, because I think like it absolutely had an effect on me too. I was like, oh man, all right, let's check out the worst one.
Yeah,
but, like I like it.
Yeah. Nice. Well, good call for our number 4, Chris. Verdant. Let's move on to number 3. Is this mine? It is. Yes, it is mine. Number 3. This game's been out for a little while now, and in our choosing our springtime games, I want to do something a little different. I really tried to focus on different types of games for this list. And our collective number 3, is a game by one of my favorite designers, John D. Clare, called Mystic Vale. And I absolutely love this game. For those that don't know, this is the original card crafting game, the mechanism card crafting, where you're literally sliding in these, pieces of plastic to upgrade your cards. And the story goes that John D. Clare had come up with this for another game, Edge of Darkness, but AEG took a look at it like, you know what? because this is such a brand new mechanism, we need to teach people how to card craft. So they slimmed it down to Mystic Veil, and it's card crafting at its purest form. It's streamlined, and basically what you're doing is it's got a little bit of like sort of like deck building, but you're leveling up your cards, and it's got a little push your luck because you're trying to get all of the, I guess it's mana and also certain symbols to get more cards and more upgrades. And at some point you're going to bust because there are things called, I think they're called spoil tokens or icons. And if you spoil, I think it's 3 or 4, if those show up, then you have busted. You'll get a little makeup, some makeup for it, but on your next turn, you can push your luck again and try to get those. And it's a race to, I think it's 30 points. I forget, but it's a race to a certain number of points. And you're collecting different sets of cards, different icons, and you're doing this through the card crafting. I fell in love immediately with card crafting. I thought it was so cool to do that. You start with, I think it's 15 cards, and that's the only cards you're going to get throughout the whole game, but you're just leveling up by adding the plastic pieces, and those cards get better as the game continues, but at the same time your opponents do it as well, so it's a race to get the most efficient cards out there, and hopefully you'll score the most points. But the theme itself, it's a theme of renewal, right? It's in this fantasy world, and you're renewing just like spring does, and you're going out and doing things with card crafting, folks. I love this game, and I've got all the expansions. I've got the big box up behind me. It's a game that I haven't played in a group for a while. They had a solo, I think, was it a fan-made solo thing or whatnot? But anyways, I love Mystic Veil. That's why it's our number 3 for our springtime games.
Yeah, great. I like the creativity with the theme incorporation on this one, and it's also just this game, it's so cool to see a game that invented a mechanic that holds up. A lot of times, like, a game will invent a mechanic and then the rest of the industry will run with it and iterate on it. It's really cool to see that this really did.
Yeah.
Really does hold up. Yeah, it's a great pick.
Yeah, I was, I know he's got Dead Reckoning that uses this, also Edge of Darkness. I got a sneak peek, actually, at the World Series of Board Gaming of his next one in this line, which looks freaking awesome, but I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
And then there's a game, y'all can help me with the name of it, but it was a game about painting, and you would paint... Canvas, yeah. Which that's the only other one I can think of that uses card crafting. And I thought Canvas was awesome. And as a gateway to card crafting, I would actually choose Canvas first. That's a beautiful game. Good. Yeah. So, yeah, that's our number 3. Mystic Veil. Oh, we've got 2 more games. And Ray, you've got our second on the list.
All right. I'm going to be a dirty little cheater and pick a game that's not out yet.
Oh, boy.
Boo, I know.
No, I'm not going to boo you. I've played this game, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. My number 2 is Gnome Hollow, which I have the pleasure of getting to play early because I work at the op. And this is, oh my goodness, when you said springtime games, this was just the first thing I thought of. In this game, you are... it's a tile laying game where you are gnomes who are trying to create little circles of mushrooms and flowers. On your turn, you're going to draft 2 tiles from a market that are going to have these little, like a little fragment of a mushroom ring on a hexagon. And you're going to place it on this in the middle of the table, and it's going to create this ever-expanding communal garden of mushrooms. And whenever you're able to close a mushroom ring, you'll be able to harvest all of the mushroom icons that are depicted on that ring, which you can then trade in for little trinkets and whatnot that you value more as a gnome. You'll get like, oh, look at that's the designer, Amon. Oh, he's such a sweetie. You'll get to the little trinkets that all turn into points, right? So you want to collect mushrooms, and there's a cool like trading in mechanic at the market. Only one person can ever do like sell 5 red mushrooms. Once that's been done, the next person either has to sell 6 or sell 4. And I think that's a nice little extra spice to it. And then every player is going to have a personal scoring board in front of them that's going to keep track of the various rings that they've created. And the bigger the ring, the extra like bonuses and fun time things that you'll get. Fun time things. I don't know what that meant. One time things is what I meant to say.
One time fun time things.
One time fun time things. This is just, it's so solid. The mechanics are quite simple, but it really does push your brain to think spatially because of the way those paths like interconnect with each other, and the fact that you're all on the same board. You can kind of like, it's all supposed to be all fun and love, and you're just little gnomes gardening, but you can kind of block some people out of like their little spot, kind of squish people in so that they have to be creative with how they can close their mushroom ring. And one of the reasons why this is the top on my list is because the designer, Ammon Anderson, actually did all of the art in this game. This is all hand-drawn watercolor art that he did. And it feels very organic. Like when you hear him talk about the inception of this game, he was in a car crash and had like a traumatic brain injury and was in the hospital. And to help him kind of calm himself down and to get through that process, he would paint. And he said that these little mushroom paths just sort of popped up like in his mind. He doesn't really know where they came from. And that is what ended up becoming Gnome Hollow, which I just think is so beautiful. It has such a stunning table presence. And it's really accessible as well. If you've played like, an entry-level game like Carcassonne or something, this is a really solid next level to that. That's got a lot of room for heavy gamers to enjoy. There's like extra scoring mechanics and stuff that you can use, but you can also simplify it for first-time gamers. And yeah, that's Gnome Hollow.
Nice.
It's great.
Yeah, I got a demo of it at Gamma Expo, and from Aman himself, a lovely human being, and just
he's such a sweetie. I love that man so much. He's so nice.
So nice, and just seeing you were talking about table presence, it's a gorgeous game, and I can't wait to play through the whole thing. But yeah. That's Gnome Hollow, our number 2. We've got one more, and let's see if Richard's going to give us a chance to roast one of his games this time. Take it away, Richard.
Oh, this has been such a beautiful list. Chris, Verdant, we are simpatico. I'm right there with you. I actually made a list of 10, and Verdant is my number 9 on my personal list of spring style growing life rebounds type games. And folks, if you would like to hear all of my top 10 spring-ish games, why don't you check out the extended edition of this show? There's a link for it down in the show notes, and you'll be able to, in the post show, hear what I thought. And I'm sure Chris and Ray and Ruel will have a bunch of extras as well. So, do not walk to the show notes and jump over to the extended play, as we have a bunch more games to tell you about, including Chris's excellent choice, Verdant. And let's see, what else was there? Oh, Ruel, Mystic Vale. That's brilliant, man. It didn't even occur to me. But of course you're right. It is all about tending gardens in a kind of fantastical setting and watching life grow and protect it. Really, that might be game of the list, quite frankly, because Jen, I love Mystic Vale and all the expansions. It has gotten so big and rich. Nice choice. And Ray, Gnome Hollow. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one putting games that haven't actually come out yet on the list. This is a good choice. Actually, Ray, as you know, I stopped by the offices of the Op when Jen and I were on the road last year, and I got to get an early sneak peek of Gnome Hollow, and this thing is potentially game-changing, folks. I don't think we will look at magnets in the board game industry the same way after we see this. I don't know if Ray has talked about it, but oh my gosh, the magnets. And the rest of the gameplay looks really, really nice, too. But what's number 1 on our combined list? Here's the deal. I am shocked that nobody else thought to mention this. Surely it must have been on somebody's mind, right? Because what else could there be besides Earth? There's Kimberly. She did a great run-through for it on the channel. This game has everything. All the flora, all the fauna, so rich and deep and crunchy. And the thing that is so brilliant about Earth is it can give you such a huge, big box, expansive Euro-style feel in an hour or even less than an hour, because the whole game is simultaneous play. Every time you play, there's going to be a different selection of objectives that you're chasing after, and there is so much depth and variety in that big deck of cards representing all the different biomes of Earth, and it's your job to make sure all those cards sync together as you do this brilliant grid-based engine building that I absolutely adore. Me picking an action, everybody else getting to follow, but me doing the stronger one. This is a mechanism that's been with us forever, and this is one of the best examples ever. It's in my top 50 games of all time. It was my number 1 game of last year. Of course, the greatest game for ushering in spring has to be Earth. I'll tell you why else I'm excited about it, folks. It's right here, Earth Abundance. I've got my expansion. I'm so excited. Let's get some exclusives here. Hey, here is what the player aid looks like. for folks who are interested. And it comes with some new tokens. Alrighty, I'm not quite sure what those things are. So I know some of them are. And then, of course, a whole big deck of additional cards. I have to admit, this just showed up. I don't even know what all is new about this expansion, but here's a few cards. So, and as you can see, if it wasn't apparent why I'm choosing this as a spring game, I would imagine just how awesome these cards are with whatever new powers there are is going to be. If you're anything like me, you're just as excited as I am. And I just showed you about a third of the deck. And, Earth. Earth is awesome. One of the best games of all time, quite frankly, and certainly the number one game for spring. Back to you guys.
So, yeah, excellent choice, Richard. I don't know why I didn't think of Earth to include this list. Maybe I just don't think... I just think Earth like this big, all-encompassing thing, rather than specifically spring,
When I think about Earth, I think really autumn. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I didn't put this on my list because I knew Richard was going to pick this.
Yeah.
That's no surprise.
No surprise there.
It was a game I thought of, but I was like, that's...
Yeah, no surprise there.
Someone else is already going to pick that. No surprises.
Yeah, not at all. I will say this, folks. Richard showed you the Abundance expansion. I also have it. So what we're doing, I don't know if he's said anything. I'm just going to spoil it right now, but he will be doing a run through on the channel real soon. And folks, over on my channel, I'll be live streaming as well. So be sure to tune in for that real soon here. That is our top 12 spring games, though. Let us know what yours are in the comments below, and be sure to check out the extended edition to find out all the games that Ray, Chris, and I, and Richard enjoyed or didn't talk about on this main list. But until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks to Floodgate Games for sponsoring this episode of the R&R Show. And until next time, we'll see you later, folks. Bye-bye.
I really want to get everything.
Hello.
Yeah. That looks really good. I really want that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally talked over that transition. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I think we were out.
Okay,
we're out. Yeah.
Cool.
I agree with you. I heard the pitch for Everything Ever, and I was like, oh, it's the game that you just play when you're bored in the car and have nothing to do. And I was filled with that sense of like, oh, I'm in the car with nothing to do. Why would I want to play this? But then like you playing a quick round with you both, I was like, oh, that was quite fun.
It was cool, right? Yeah, very cool game.
I love like fast-paced or trivia-based games.
Same.
Always good for me.
We have run late. We're over by about 10 minutes. Can we quickly go through the games that didn't make our top 10 or top 12, and we'll call it?
Let's play Richard's first.
Okay, we'll start with Richard. And thank you, folks, for hanging out with us. Let's go to Richard, see what games didn't make his top 12.
Okay, welcome to the post show, everybody. I've had a full top 10. In fact, I had a 15, but I'm going to limit myself to just talking about 7 additional ones, right? Yeah, because I did, we talked about 3 in the main run through. My were Walking in Provence, Windmill Valley, and Earth as my personal numbers 3, 2, and 1. But what about my numbers 10 to 4? Oh, I'm so glad you asked, folks. How about number 10, Spring Meadow? As far as I'm concerned, the best of the Uwe Rosenberg polyomino tile-laying style games. And spring is literally right there in the name. Such a sharp game. Does a really, really great job of capturing the Tetris vibe, and it's bright and colorful and just an absolute blast. Number 9, we've already heard about that. That was Verdant, which Chris already talked about, and whatever he said, chances are I agree with him, which is an outlier for this show, obviously. Number 8, Four Gardens, which is such a brilliant game about making gardens in, I'm pretty sure it was in Japan, right? But it's got this central tower that players are spinning, all different, 4 different levels of it, to harvest the different resources we need to build beautiful, colorful gardens. And you lay out, and it's just a stunningly gorgeous game, and I think it made my top 10 of the year, which is very rare for a game this lightweight. It's practically a gateway, but it's absolutely brilliant. Four Gardens. Then there is Forest Shuffle, which was in my wife's top 5 favorite games of last year, and I do think it's brilliant too. I mean, I mentioned Earth as my number 1, and Forest Shuffle does a lot of the same stuff as Earth, but in a tight, fast-playing package package. For me, it's a little fiddly. I almost think it's better in its online implementation on BGA, Board Game Arena, than actually playing in real life, trying to look at all your cards that are all too layered and whatnot, but there's no denying it's absolutely brilliant. And everybody who keeps saying it's unbalanced, it's funny how there's like a half a dozen different ways it's unbalanced. Maybe just everything is really powerful, folks. Maybe the game developers know what they're doing and are capable of, simple math. And I'm not going to go down that rant of how board game geeks know better than the developers of the games. But anyway, long story short, number 7, Forest Shuffle. Number 6 is Undergrove. There's another from Elizabeth Hargrave. We already had Mariposas. Surprised nobody put Wingspan, but this is Elizabeth Hargrave talking about the mycelial networks that are all about how mushrooms grow, and mushrooms and other fungus grow and interact with the forest and create these connections of networks and are the underpinning of pretty much all of nature. This game is not only phenomenal from a game design point of view, but also from just an opening your eyes to what the world is really like, and you had no idea. Shay did a fantastic run through for this on the channel. I highly recommend it, folks. Undergrove, another game that isn't available yet. I'm sorry. Let's see. My number 5 is Meadow, which has got some of the best artwork in all of board gaming. An amazing mix of flora and fauna as we're drafting tiles with a very, very sharp system. Kind of, actually, we've seen this kind of where, there's a big grid and I've got to choose which row or which column and where am I going to grab from there. And then I'm actually trying to snap them all together to get the right tiles next to each other. Stunning looking game, brilliant playing game, a Meadow. And, then number 4, Miyabi. This is almost my number 3. It and Provence are just, going back and forth battling for the number 3 spot. Ultimately, I gave it to Provence because I don't even know if you can get Miyabi anymore, right? Because it's from Haba. And didn't Haba stop? I'm not quite sure what the situation with Haba is. Long story short, this is another Asian influence game about making Asian gardens. And it's a tile-laying polyomino game where you're laying your tiles out, but also building them up higher and higher. And it is one of the best tile-laying games there is, period. So tension-filled, so crunchy, a lovely looking game, and it comes with like a half a dozen different little modules you can turn on and off as you come up with different ways to experience the game and play it. Lots of really great stuff. Spring is in the air, folks, and thanks for checking out the list. All right, back to you, gang.
All right. Thank you, Richard. Great choices. I got to say one thing about Miyabi. I love Miyabi. I think it's such an overlooked tile laying game. It's sort of like number 9, if you ever played number 9, but with set collection. And the one thing I got to say, though, cool. Yeah, I got to say this, though. Richard said it looks stunning. It actually made my list, but lower on my list only because I don't like the artwork. I think the artwork could have been so much more vibrant and just, I don't know what it is. It just didn't work for me. But yeah, excellent choices. And Miyabi, if you haven't played it, folks, if you like number 9, definitely try Miyabi. But Chris or Ray, other choices that didn't make the list?
Ray?
I kind of struggled with this category a little bit because I kept expanding out into nature. Like I wanted to talk about Wingspan. I wanted to talk, there were lots of like outdoor games. But in terms of like true springtime nature game, the only other one I was really considering was Bamboo. From De Vere, I believe.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite, it was more about the decoration of your house and less about the growing of the bamboo. But I really love, if you've never played Bamboo, it has one of my favorite mechanics, which is the way you're growing your bamboo stalks and you're adding your actions that you can take are these little pieces of bamboo and you put them at the bottom of these stalks of bamboo, and as they grow and as they get to the top you cut them and then you harvest them and then you play them, and I think that's really clever. That's another one I was really considering. Cool. I was talking crap behind the scenes because I don't like Forest Shuffle.
Oh, really? Oh,
I feel like I am on an island with that. I really dislike Forest Shuffle, and I'm usually never negative about games, but for some reason that game, I just don't like it, and I don't like it for the reason that other people don't like it, which I don't care that it's unbalanced. I don't mind that it's unbalanced. Yeah. I just find it kind of, it's set collection. I don't know. For me, it's a lot of set collection. Does anything new with set collection? Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But it got so much hype last year that I was like, I don't know. It's not a bad game, but
just overhyped.
Yeah, definitely overhyped.
Overhyped in my very personal opinion. Yeah. But yeah, that was it for my list, really.
All right. What about you, Chris?
Lorelei Back says Takenoko, talking about bamboo.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Very nice.
That's a very springish stuff erupting from the ground.
Yeah.
Lorelei also says, would you count Everdell as a spring game? I mean, it was on my list because I love Everdell, but I was like, I can't put it on because I talk about Everdell a lot.
Yeah.
And so like I left it off because of that.
Yep.
But in case my picks had been picked and like it had kept going down, then I had Everdell in my pocket. Like I could talk about that game all day.
Yep.
So I had that on my list. I had the game Morels, which I think I saw in chat as well.
Someone said that,
yeah, that's again my girlfriend's one of her favorite games. I'm not that hot on it, but it's it's fun enough. It's set collection. There's an interesting like flow of you can only pick up the 2 cards ahead of you, and then you can extend your reach. You're trying to get set collection. You can see 8 cards, so you're trying to map out who takes what. Maybe that's why I'm not a fan of it, because I'm bad at that. Like I'm bad at patchwork, and it's a similar like if I take this, you'll take this. Which always keep Everdell in your massive back pocket. Yeah, with the giant collection, the large edition. I love Everdell so much. I've only ever played base game, and it's my top 3 game. It's like my number 3, and I've only ever played base. And I don't know if I'd ever get the collectors because it's too big. Like it's too big. I can't take it with me places. And then the other one that I had was Azul Queen's Garden.
Oh yeah,
it's got gardening in there.
It does have gardening.
And it's grown on me in terms of like it's got that Castles of Burgundy thing where you take tiles and then you put tiles out as the flow of the game. And so like I enjoy it. I probably like the other Azules a bit more, but it's a nice twist that it's like different enough to warrant that. But yeah, those are some of my honorable mentions. And Gnome Hollow, like legit Gnome Hollow.
Okay,
honorable mention.
Nice.
For sure. I wish I wanted to talk about it more, and I want to talk about it more now, but like. We're running we're way over time. But like seriously, Gnome Hollow is going to be a friggin' hit. Is it going to crowdfunding, or is it just straight to retail?
We don't do crowdfunding. We've only done crowdfunding. We're really straight to retail. It's going to be a huge Gen Con release. Put that on your Gen Con list
for sure. It's going to be an absolute huge hit. I saw some cards in there that maybe I didn't play with in the time when I played.
You played with a very early prototype that I brought with me to PAX Unplugged. It's come a long way since there, and I'm really excited.
Very cool.
It's gotten tighter and cleaner, and some of those rules that you were asking me about, where I was like, I don't know, those are all like cleared up and really nice and tied up in a little bow. It's gonna
where
be
I wanted to fight and I wanted to be aggressive.
Yeah, you made that game very aggressive.
Nice.
You had your little standoff.
Me and Yuval. Yeah, we were like, how can we block each other throughout? I really love the one-time fun times in there as well.
One-time fun times. That's a thing.
The one-time fun times, like it's really good. And choosing which one-time fun time to get, because you can't get all of them.
All right, let's cut the stream. Really that's enough of that.
I love it. Cool. A couple of mine that didn't make the list. We talked about a bunch of Cascadia, Arboretum, Verdant. Richard just talked about Miyabi. The other couple of ones that didn't make my list, Floriferous. The same type of thing. Like I've talked about that game so many times on the shows. I wanted to go for something else, but just in case, I did have that in my pocket to go to. And also one that I don't think I've talked about is Planted, a game of nature and nurture. It is a Phil Walker Harding game. Praise be. It's a very light Sushi Go style type of game. Resource management, hand management, with absolutely gorgeous components from Buffalo Games. So check that one out as a gateway game. That's gonna do it, folks. We are done.
I've got one more.
Yeah, one more
that I've never played. But I'm hoping that it's good. I've heard it's good. Genotype, where you're trying to like blend.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that's good.
I think I have that in the mail to me, and I'm really looking forward to playing it.
Nice.
I don't know it yet, but I've heard it's really good. So I was like, man, that's a really good one. Well, if it's really good, it'll retroactively make the list.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Again, thank you, Chris and Ray, for hanging out a lot longer than we normally do. I appreciate you taking the time to do the show. Thanks to all of you for watching. We are going to go raid channel right now. Let's go raid our friend Dave Luzapalooza. He's playing some MLEM. Space Agency. So Cats in Space. Wonderful game. I've played it before. I love it. We're going to raid over there right now. Thanks again, friends, for hanging out with us today. We'll see you next week for another episode of the R&R Show.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta press the rate button.
Put your paws up, kid, like a cat in space.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, friends. We are rating right now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And
we're out.
We are out. I'm gonna stop streaming.